So the first list we are looking at is Alex Meyers.
Who's that guy?
And so he's running beast turds.
Yep. And in true Evershade tradition, I can't really talk about my list, so why don't you guys go ahead?
Okay.
Well, Charles, you want to lead us into it then?
Yeah, it's a pretty standard list that I've seen him play quite a bit. He's got the Minotaur Warlord with it's a general, paired weapons, Agahors, Affliction, Blessed Inscriptions, Obsidian Rock. I feel like the Obsidian Rock is new.
It is new, but it's a nice touch because everyone's gonna want to. If you run Pyromancy, if you run any sort of magic, cultism.
It's kind of the hot thing in the meta right now to run MR. But that guy's great. I mean, he just kills everything he touches. He's got a Beast Chieftain, BSB, with Heavy Armor Shield, Beast Axe, Throwing Weapons, Raiding Chariot, Greater Totem Bear, Basalt Infusion, Dust Forge. So this guy's utility is fantastic. He's got a 1-up rerollable armor save. He's decent in combat with Strength 5, and the Throwing Weapons is fun. The spellcasting is decent.
I think another key too is this Basalt Infusion is nice because you have a 1-up armor.
Yeah.
You want to stop Quicksilver Lash, so if you can't take it on other characters, you might as well plug it in your BSB.
Yeah, there's a couple shooting artillery things that he's a little scared of, but that's about it. Soothsayer, 2 of them. He's got an Adept of Druidism, Seed of the Dark Forest, perfect. And then a Soothsayer Wizard Adept of Shamanism, Talisman of the Void, excellent. Actually, I like the Talisman of the Void. He's the 3 channels, so that's gonna be really good. And then he's got 2 Mongrel Hordes, 33 with Spears and 32 with Spears. Full Command, Banner of the Wild Herd, perfect, love it. Those blocks are really annoying, actually. And then
Stick Boys will get you with 8p3 on the charge.
AP3. Yeah, you can
crazy.
charge them. Yeah, it's gross. And the Hatred
and
all
Strider
the
Force. So
Strider,
come into the Forest. I don't care.
It's beautiful. They're fantastic for their points. Wild Horn Herd, 15. That's a bunker for the casters. And then rounding out the list in his special. That's interesting. You only got 3 categories. Characters, core, special. 8 Minotaurs with shields, as it should be. Full Command, Totem Bear with Black Wing for the extra agility and movement. And then the Aether Icon, beautiful. 9 Centaurs with Lances, Champion Musician, Totem Bear, Black Wing, also excellent. Razor Trust Chariot for the movement. Gargoyles for the little bit of chaffing and scouting. Oh, scouting, that's interesting. That's a little bit different. And then 2 single raiding chariots for chaff and chariots and all sorts of jazz. So
I like that the list has 4 chariots in there. So I mean, not that there's going to be an influx of elves because you never know what you play at a tournament or you never know who your games are ever going to be against. But your list is Alex's list kind of toolboxes against everything. He's got 4 things that have impact hits. The chariots can operate as raiding chariots anyways, and the gargoyles can operate as chaff if need be, if they're far up the board later on in turns 3, 4, 5. I think my favorite part about the list is probably the Minotaurs and the Centaurs, though. Just coupled with all the spiky boys he's got in core.
Yeah.
The Centaurs give him that huge threat range of movement 8, and they can go to 9.
Movement 9 with the Razor Trust Chariot.
With the Razor Trust Chariot bought close by. So.
Yeah, and I mean Centaurs with Lances are so good with that Strength 7. I mean they'll just punch through so many things.
In the Osho in UB right now that they're running that tournament, everyone's on the Centaur train. So I'm kind of glad to see Alex at least took a token unit of them to throw their weight into combats. And the Minotaurs with the Aether Icon. Yeah, the last thing to touch on that, I love that because then if the Minotaur is in the unit, Magic Res 3. If he's not, it's
perfect.
Magic Res 1.
Yeah, that's tough. All right, I'm going to give this list an attaboy.
I'm giving this list an attaboy as well.
Thanks, boys. So, looking at Neil Hamilton's list here, he's got his Beast Lord General with the Hunting Call for his Ambusher sitting on a Razor Tusk Chariot, Shield Heavy Armor with the Basalt Infusion. So that's looking like a 2-up armor save, then a Beast Axe with Fatal Folly for a couple extra attacks, and Talisman of Shielding rounding out a 5-up ward save.
Aegis save.
Take a drink.
2-up, 5-up. That's not bad for a character on a chariot. It's pretty much as good as you can get these days.
That's all I can ask for. He's just rocking the 1 Wizard Master Druidism, the Seed of the Dark Forest, and a Binding Scroll. Pretty boring, but that's Druidism.
Yeah.
So he's got looks like another Raiding Chariot Beast Chieftain. He's running the Alchemist Alloy though, and the Dragonfire Gem. So he's got the more reliable reroll 1-up in the Dragonfire Gem, but he's also got the Alchemist Alloy, reducing that offensive skill.
Foolish. So foolish. Offensive 3. He's not going to hit anything in the game.
That's right.
It's like he doesn't have
it's not like his hatred, right?
Yeah, I was literally about to say
Sorry,
that. It's like he has rerolls.
Drew, didn't you mention that he usually runs it in conjunction with the Beast Lord together?
Yeah, I mean, not to spoil personal tactics your people run, but he does kind of run them together sometimes where he has, and that is, I think, an interesting kind of strategy within the game. Yeah, being able to put the Beast Lord Chieftain together, and then, Chieftain gets in a fight, he has +1.
Are Feral Hounds insignificant?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say you could put in that. But it's insignificant, so you can't do that.
Right. Other character here, he's got a Centaur Chieftain light armor paired weapons. Keep it nice and cheap. Then going into core, 27 Mongol herds, Spear Musician Champion. I can't imagine what these things are going to fight. Probably just going to sit on an objective. We've got 2 15-man Wild Horn herds, throwing weapons, ambushing, one with a musician. Rounding out the core is then just another 10-man unit of raiders, ambushing and scouting. Then 8 Feral Hounds as well. And then down in special, we've got 7 Minotaurs rocking some shields, a champion just to chug on straight forward with the Blackwing Totem. Then 14 Centaurs rocking great weapons, champion with the Blooded Horn Totem. So he's definitely relying on going last there and doing as much damage as he possibly can. Then we've got 5 Gargoyles, scouting as well, a Razor Tusk herd just probably for some harassment and chaff duty, and then a Gortok.
And that rounds out his 4,500 Beast Herds list.
If you ask me, it's more like a 4,000 point Beast Herds list. You know how I feel about Gore-Tex.
Yep.
Shots fired from the Gore-Tex train.
We've been talking about this one. It's literally like one of everything.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he went down the Beast Herd shopping aisle, and Neil pulled up and chose one from the top shelf, one from the next shelf, went over the next aisle, the Beast Herds, just picked up some apples, which are, Gore-Tex, and then picked up some peaches, which is Razor Tusk. It's very, very peculiar. Most people run at least 2s in spots, but
I don't even know how I feel about the 10 Mongrel Raiders.
That's the thing, like the core, I feel could be more focused. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm guessing that's just where his shaman's going to be all the time, but and that's like a fine bunker, but I feel like that's like, I don't know, I feel like that's 150 points just to do nothing with, I mean,
you might also just be running the Soothsayer in the unit of Mongrels, the larger herd, and then just keeping it back.
That's what I was thinking.
And then you just use the Mongol Raiders as a more accurate chaff unit.
I guess, because they do have ambush and scout, so you could choose what you want to do with them, but yeah.
And since he's got the hunting call, he wants to make better use of that and probably use those raiders more for harassment, war machines, rear charges, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of units that can have multi-purpose, like they can be chaff or be a bunker or go sit on an objective.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the only thing I wish his list had was we kind of mentioned a little bit off the air was the Mongrel herd doesn't have the Banner of the Wild herd that you have on yours. I feel like Neil could more optimize his core a little bit more, whether that's taking, I don't know, 2 units of Mongrel Raiders instead of the Hounds, or just doing something else to fit that Banner in the Mongrel herd, because that makes him definitely a little bit better.
What's the point of the musician on the 115 Wild Horn?
To fill out core probably perfectly. I mean, I didn't add it up.
I mean, why not just get a banner instead?
Because
it allows you to spin around when you ambush.
Yeah, or just like the.
I guess that seems so like. Just because it's only on one, I'm personally like really against like putting upgrades on just one. Like if I have 2 things,
sure.
I'm really the mirroring seems really important. Just because in game it seems like it's really bad to be like, oh, like which one is it? I mean, hopefully it's modeled well.
I would think he's got at least one musician model.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he does. But I'm kind of on board with you there. I personally would forget, or like I'll play a game. This past Ocho tournament, I keep referencing that, but I was playing and I had a standard on like some Lancers, and I'm like, oh, I can't quick reform. I'm only 5 wide, but I can't quick reform. And I was just like scratching my eyes out because I wish I could. And then I'm back to musician. I'm like, I need the banner for combat, right? So I definitely I'm on board with you there. That making stuff symmetrical or just taking the one upgrade that you like across the board on multiple units makes life easy as opposed to.
I have to give this an Attaboy.
I think it's fine. I mean, I would give it an attaboy. It's passable. I'm not gonna dog Neil too much about it.
So for me, it's definitely an attaboy. I mean, you guys both know. I kind of talked a little bit before we started because my favorite unit in this list is the 14 Centaurs with great weapons and the Centaur Chieftain in there. I've been trying to get Alex on that train for the longest time.
Not gonna happen.
They're huge in the European meta. And Doug Lamb's running right now in Canada. They're great. The 14 centaurs with the extra centaur chieftain in there. You can fight small units with paired weapons. He has 4 attacks. Makes your rerolls more successful on the discipline test for with increased leadership.
Is he higher discipline?
Yeah, he's higher discipline by 1.
He's discipline 8.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're only discipline 7.
They're only discipline 7. Yeah. What's your rule called? The hunt rule, whatever. You get the rerolls for hatred. You know what I'm talking about? He makes it easier to get that roll, or whatever your roll is.
Is this so-called prep?
Yeah, he does. He's discipline 8.
Oh, just by making the discipline.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I like him
in
in
range of his general anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, I like that, and then the 4 attacks at the agility that's higher than great weapons makes it you can fight some things.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see what he does with it.
Because they do have 5 attacks at that point with paired weapons, so they're a pretty significant.
Strength 5?
Or 6 if they're drunk.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it can be pretty significant.
Okay. So now we're looking at Jeremy Gottschalk and his Demon Legions. So he's got an Ominous Var, a General, the Greater Dominion, Throne of Overwhelming Splendor. He's a Wizard Adept with Divination, Kaleidoscopic Flesh, Dark Hide, Centipede Legs, Bronze Backbone, and Horn of Hubris. So I feel like I know of half of those things. Kaleidoscope, I'm pretty sure, is the hard target. Centipede Legs, I want to say, is movement or movement based.
Mm-hmm.
+1 advance, yep.
+1 advance. Bronze Backbone, I'm not sure, and the Horn of Hubris. The Horn of Hubris sounds like something with discipline.
Yeah, I don't know offhand. I think this is very similar to one of the Xochitl lists they ran. He won the tournament prior to this, the 4-man tournament that he did for social distancing, he won like the top score overall. Is he? And this, I know it's kind of similar. He also has a scourge as well.
Yeah.
On his list.
Well, I mean, I know the throne is like the chariot.
Dark Hide gives you scout.
Oh, that's cool. But only on your side of the field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Bronze Backbone's hatred.
Oh, nice. What's Horn of Hubris?
Horn of Hubris.
As we
Vanguard 6 inches.
Oh, that's nice. So you can scout in the Vanguard. Okay, that's pretty sweet. And then he's got a Venadra Scourge with Wizard Apprentice of Evocation and Kaleidoscope Flesh, Living Shield, Dark Hide, Dexterous Tentacles. So again, Kaleidoscope is start target, Dark Hide is scout, Dexterous Tentacles is then increase its agility.
That's right.
It does, yeah, but +1, which means he goes before great weapons, which is like, okay.
That's fine. I think that's not bad. And then Living Shield, what's that do?
Living Shield gives him parry, which is pretty big because he's already high weapon skill, so nothing's ever really going to be hitting him on 3s.
Yeah, you can make things hit him on 5s and stuff like that in some chances. That's interesting. So then he's got 21 Myrmidons, Unhinging Jaw, Standard Musician Champion. He's got 2 Things of Lemurs, 11 and 10, Unnatural Roots, Standard Bearer Musician. 2 Things of Blazing Glories with the Cloven Hooves. And 2 Threshing Engines with Horde Thresher, Divining Snout, and Standard Bearer. And then 4 Veil Serpents with a Champion. The Threshing Engines are the big chariots, right?
Correct, yeah.
What's the Divining Snout do?
I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look it up. Oh, Divining Snout gives you... is that the same thing? No, Cloven Hooves is what it is. Cloven Hooves on the Blazing Glories gives you impact hits.
That's nice.
Yeah. Divining Snout is...
When charging a unit that contains 1 or more special items, the model gains +2 advance rate for charge range rolls.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, get into like those the units where you want them in there with like...
That's a really fast chariot.
Yeah, that's very fast. Because they're already advanced 10, right?
Yeah, they're advanced 10. I think they go to like 11, or 9 and they go to 11 or something like that.
Yeah, it's still fast. It's like it's just a long charge. I mean, like 23-inch charge, something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you can't really get out of it.
They are move 10.
They are move 10.
Oh,
that's
wow,
that's
so
hot.
20.
Yeah. What's the...
you can make them fly, but these ones aren't.
Okay.
Yeah, these ones aren't.
What's the Unhinging Jaw and Unnatural Roots ability on the Myrmidons and the Lemurs, respectively?
Unhinging Jaw is... The fail to wound rolls from close combat attacks against larger gigantics must be rerolled.
That's pretty good against...
That's Unhinging Jaw, and that was on, what, the Lemurs?
The Myrmidons.
Myrmidons, which makes sense. Those guys have, like, strength.
Yeah, they have good high strength. Yeah.
And the other one you were asking for?
Unnatural Roots on Lemurs.
+1 combat score.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, so they just literally sit there on an objective or something, and you can't kill them or wound them.
Yeah, because the resilience 5. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, this is a really solid list.
I mean, and it's already proven. I mean, he knows what he's doing with the list. It's not like he.
I love Veil Serpents too. Veil Serpents are so good too.
And they can cast. He's got champion, right?
Unreal, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an attaboy for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's an attaboy. It'll probably be talked a little bit later.
All right, looking at Mike Maddox. You want to walk us through this one, Drewski?
Yeah, so Mr. Maddox, he's playing Demon Legions as well. He's starting off with a Sentinel of Nakujua, or how do you pronounce it? Najuika? Nakuja. It's his general. It has a Strixie Spirit. It's Thaumaturgy. He has Mark of the Eternal Champion, Kaleidoscopic Flesh, Chitinous Scales, Brimstone Secretions, and Charged Tendrils. What that means?
I remember the Charged Tendrils, you get to store an extra Veil token, right?
Yeah.
Brimstone Secretions is anything with divine attacks loses it. Chitinous Scales is unfamiliar to me. Mark of the Eternal Champion.
Chitinous Scales, I think it's an armor save.
Yeah, +2 armor.
Oh, okay. So what does he go up to? Like kind of like a 4-up armor saver?
4, that's right.
Yeah.
4-up armor.
Yeah. Does he have the thing where?
That's the miser that ignores the AP value of your stuff.
So you basically always get your 4-up armor.
Yeah, that's the miser. That's not him. Yeah. I can't remember what this one does. I think this was like the close combat oriented one, but I mean he also has Thaumaturgy, which is kind of nice. To round out the rest of his list from into core. So core, he's got 23 Myrmidons with Unhinging Jaw, Musician Champion. 2 units of 10 imps. They both have Eternal Champion and Musician and Champion. So those imps, I'm guessing, just shoot stuff and then score. In special, he has 6 Hoarders with Chitinous Scales, Mirrored Scales, Standard, and Champ. And then following that, he has 2 Hope Harvesters with Engine of Damnations and Sorceress Antennae. I don't know what that does, and I also don't know what Eternal Champion does, so we probably have to look that up. But I know the Hope Harvesters are on larger bases then, if they're Engine of Damnation.
Yeah, they're like they're large
Resilience 8 ones. Yeah.
They're like the 100 by 150.
Ooh, Mark the Eternal Champion. It makes you a Wizard Apprentice and just gives you Spear of Infinity.
Oh, so he's doing the Mike Smith just spear everybody to death.
Yes,
yeah.
and I'm pretty sure Mark the Eternal Champion on a character is like the Magic Lair equivalent.
Okay, so then he has 4 spears, which makes sense. So each imp unit has a spear. Both Hope Harvesters have one. No, they don't have one. They have
I think he just has 3.
Yeah, he just has 3.
The on the character and the 2 imps.
Yeah,
which is plenty.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then the round out is the rest of his list. I've said that twice now, but he has his last 3 units are 2 units of Blazing Gories with Cloven Hooves, so they have the impact hits, and then 3 Mage Blight Gremlins with Venom Sacks.
These are so annoying.
Yeah, Mage Blight Gremlins are low key, like one of the best, probably the best scouting unit actually in the game right now.
One of the best psychological warfare choices.
Yeah, like any bunker of elves, any bunker of humans, even like your beast herds that hang out in the back.
They're all vulnerable.
Yeah, they're all vulnerable.
What does the Sorceress Antenna do?
Antennae?
Antennae. Oh, excuse us. Yeah, keeping it wrong.
Because I know the Charged Tendrils let you store next to Veil to, or at least that's what I thought.
It says at the start of your siphon the Veil in your magic phase, choose a single model part in each unit with 1 or more instances of this manifestation. The chosen model part gains channel 1 until the end of the magic phase.
So just 2 extra channels?
2 extra channels, yeah.
That's good. That's basically like an extra spear.
Yeah, it is. And then you can and he gets those additional channels anyways for being a demon. So.
Yeah, that's really good.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has Third Eye and Omniscience on the Sentinel.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna give this list here a big old attaboy, I think.
Yeah, attaboy for me.
That's an attaboy for me. And I think this list actually kind of combats a couple lists of some of like the higher players that you'd expect to win a tournament. So I mean, definitely an attaboy for me. Maybe 2 if I could give 2.
All right, Alex, do you think you can walk us through Taras Toporich?
T-Baby, T-Money.
Toporich, right?
Taras T.
Taras T. Yeah, walk us through Taras T's Demon Legions list.
We've got an Omino Savar with he's the general with a Wizard Master upgrade, Rock and Divination. He's got his Greater Dominion upgrade, of course. He's got the Iron Husk upgrade with Brimstone Secretions, a Living Shield, Charged Tendrils, Writhing Majesties, and riding on a Throne of Overwhelming Splendor. Do we know which one the Omen is?
Omen
Omen
Svar, that's
Svar?
the
Yeah.
It's the Pride one. It's the one that's good at killing characters.
Fantastic. That throne's going to do some work then.
Yeah.
Then we've got in his core section, that's his only character.
Yeah, I know. It's just an actor div. That's it.
Yeah, that
It's all in one.
neat. It is an 1100 point character, so
Yeah, it's expensive.
pretty significant.
Yeah.
A 16-man unit of Lemures, Champion Banner, just pretty simple. 15 Myrmidons, Bronze Backbone, pretty reasonable. 10 Succubi, Rocket Smothering Coils and Talon Sads, a little harassment in there. Fast boys, we got 2 Engines of Damnation, rocking the Eternal Champion and Aether Battery and Apprentice upgrades. Interesting.
Aether Battery.
Have we seen that yet? Aether Battery?
No, I think is that the thing we
I
can
think
trade
that's
in?
the lesser of the engine of damnations.
That's just what it's called.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up what Aether
The
Batteries.
smaller one.
I think it's just a smaller version of it.
Okay.
Which fits in like a
No,
unit.
no, Aether Batteries I think lets you shoot.
Ah.
Yeah, Aether Battery's a volley gun, so
Yeah.
yeah, but and what's the other one along with it?
Engine of Damnation. It's
Engine of Damnation is the upgrade that makes you yeah.
So technically he didn't put the name of those units, right? What are those called? Hope Harvesters?
Yeah.
So the Hope Harvesters, I think he explained it a little bit oddly. It's a Hope Harvester, the big ones with Eternal Champion. It's just pretty crazy, actually. I didn't even know you could upgrade them like that.
And then below that, 2 more Threshing Engines, both with Eternal Champion. It's going to be quite a bit of shooting.
Yeah, that's like 5. That can be 5 spears. Jeez.
A Horde Thresher, another Horde Thresher, and then Titan Slayer Chariot.
Ooh, that's
Mountain
good.
Breaker and Divining Snout.
That's
It's a pretty scary list.
This is a very anti-monster. Like this is like the perfect all 3 of these Demon Legions lists are spicy. If this was like a normal like Buckeye 100-man flight where everyone just runs their monsters and fun, this would put on some muck-up boots and muck people up.
Yeah, I mean it's an attaboy for me. I actually quite like it.
Attaboy.
Maybe like one more scoring would be nice.
Or just maybe we're like the lemurs instead of the
like 2 things of lemurs instead of 16 or something like that.
Yeah, and then even the what do you call them, the succubi, you can kind of take them off. They do a job, but maybe 2 units of lemurs instead. But
yeah, I mean it's fine. Just one more scoring would have been nice in this, but I like all the individual. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like single targets just running on the field, and then 3 scoring units. I mean, if anything, the scoring units would be hard to target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well done, Terracity. Alright, next up is Charles Sadler's Empire Sonnenstall list.
Ooh, Charles Sadler's Empire Sonnenstall.
So go ahead, Drewski.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay. Sorry, I gotta find you and bring it up. It is right here. And Charles is actually the only EOS player in this tournament, so this should be fun if you get the lucky one of playing EOS. Alright, for Charles's list, he has an Inquisitor with the Blessed Steel. He's on a horse, he gets light troops. Plate Armor Shield, Dust Forged, enchantment, as well as the Hand of Witches. So that puts him at a 1-up rerollable, correct? With
I think that's right.
Yeah, and then he has the 5 attacks with the D3 hammer that has lethal strike and whatnot else. He's got the Knight Commander on horse. Plate Armor, Shield, that's his general, Lucky Charm, Light of the Sonnenstall, Witchfire Guard. He's just there to give out, orders. Marshal, Great Weapon, Horse, Plate Armor, Battle Standard Bear, Aether Icon, Banner Speed, Assault and Fusion. I like the Great Weapon on there, gives him a little bit more grinding ability once he's in combat. Again, another 1-up with Flaming Invol, and he has Aether Icon for -1 to be cast at. Then his next 2 characters are Prelate, Horse, Paired Weapons, Plate Armor, Alchemist Alloy. That's always a cool combination of paired weapons, Alchemist Alloy, because you only lose 1 weapon skill. This Prelate also has Dragonfire Gems, so he's also Flaming Immune, similar to the BSB. He has the Hero's Heart upgrade on the paired weapons, which is really nice, so you get AP3. He also helps grind along with the BSB. And then more synergies to pair with the BSB. He has Obsidian Rock, so any unit the BSB and the Prelate are together in, you're looking at MR3. And then to round out the characters, like I said, there's 1 more character left now. It would be a wizard, Pyromancy Wizard Master with the Heirloom. So he gets to know his hereditary spell, which you can swap between Pyro, Cosmo, and what's the last one? Alchemy and Div. So yeah, it's great. You can a la carte pick, and then 4 Pyromancy spells. Onto his list. In Corey, he's got 15 Electoral Cavalry with Cavalry picks and the Stalker Standard. He has another 7 Electoral Cav, the Champion, Great Weapon, Musician, Standard Bearer. I'm guessing those guys are there to score. Sometimes they throw into flanks. 12 Light Infantry with crossbows. Moving on to Special, he has 15 Imperial Guard, Shield, Musician, Champion. I'm guessing those guys are there to score, be a scoring bunker on tough objectives. In Imperial Auxiliaries, he has 3 units of 5 riders, 2 with brace pistols, 1 with a repeater gun. Repeater guns are pretty nice, gives you a little bit, toolbox flexibility, I think. And then, brace pistols are always good. And then lastly, in Sun's Fury, he has 24 Flagellants, the Champion, and a Steam Tank. So his list puts out, looks like, 210 plus 15, 27, around like 32 shots, maybe?
Too many.
Yeah, 32 shots. They're like strength 4 and AP 1 or strength 3 and AP 1, and you have 2 cannon shots every turn.
15 plus 12 is 27, plus 20 is 47.
Oh, 47, excuse me. I was totally off, so there you go. I mean, so you get 47 shot, even though you're on almost all mounted lists outside of 2 units, which are there for scoring, you have 47 shots and 2 cannons. That's great. I mean, 2 units that are unbreak. Oh, excuse me, that's what I meant. 1 cannon with the steam tank. I mean, you have unbreakable units with flagellants. I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Alex? I mean, I think this, again, like for a tournament, you kind of want to be a little bit toolboxy all around, handle all kinds of threats.
It was said you had dropped the wizard cart, but for what you picked up in exchange, now that your cav unit has a prelate in there to really put them over the top, I think you're going to see a lot of success with this list, especially with the list we've seen so far and what we're going to see coming up. You've got answers to just about everything.
And you have, 3 orders with your list, Charles? 1 order? So you can either choose once you're in combat, fight an extra rank or additional...
So you can choose fight an extra rank, minimize discipline, or +1 advance, or +4 march, and then accurate too.
Wow.
So I can put accurate on my crossbows in the start of the game.
You can put it on your knights.
I can put them on my knights. Yeah, they're accurate. Which would be funny if I had like a guy with a pistol in there.
Oh,
just like one pistol in there.
Shoot.
But yeah, no, it's it would be nice to have another order, but I just couldn't really fit with the character points. I mean, I'm like,
yeah, if you could somehow swing like fight an extra rank and +1 movement on the turn you want to charge something, you're then what movement 8 because
movement 9.
Movement 9 because
I didn't have a banner speed on my BSB at first, but I decided I wanted it. So
it's smarter. I think it's better than the than not taking it at all. To be honest with you.
Yeah, just because the knights are move 7 makes them threatened by a whole lot more of the rest of the cav in the game. Even though you don't really rely on charging quite as much because you've got the cav picks.
No, this list,
still like
this knight unit literally doesn't have to charge.
No, it doesn't. It's
still
so
nice,
annoying.
I mean, you like the agility.
It's good for agility.
Yeah.
Because I do have some high agility characters with the Inquisitor and the Knight Commander.
Exactly.
So there are some circumstances where charging probably would be very beneficial, and I have that option available to me.
But this knight unit is especially good because not only does it have that extra charge range, but due to the Stalker standard, you could sit in a ruin.
Go where
Yeah,
the heck I want.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about shamanism with
The DT
break the
Break the
spirit,
spirit,
break the
yeah.
spirit. I go back. I have hatred. It's like I don't care. Like I have hatred and I'm Strider. Go ahead and throw more dice at your spell and waste it.
Yeah, even the
Well, I would hope they wouldn't in that circumstance.
that'd be
I've
kind
seen
of
it happen,
spicy.
unfortunately. Where people are like, I really want to get the -1 to hit on this.
Well, dude, that's Polish pro plays. That's like putting the Strider banner on a unit of ghost stepping Barrow Knights. That's some Polish pro plays. So we got a meta about that. But for me, honestly, I have seen this list in action once or twice. Haven't played against it yet at the Charles Sadler household, and I would like to say that this serves an attaboy, and I don't really want to play against your... I mean, I kind of want to play against your list just because I haven't played against it yet, but I mean, I wouldn't want to actually go up against it. A lot of armor, lots of tasty toolbox snacks. What's your thoughts, Alex, or what's your score?
I think it's an attaboy for sure. Undeniably.
Thanks, guys. Oh. Man, I don't even know who this guy is. Andrew Heats?
Andrew Reedy's.
It's pronounced Hades, like the Disney character in
Okay.
the movie Hercules. Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on a true story, I heard.
All right, Alex, why don't you walk us through this list?
So starting off, we've got Andrew's General, a High Prince. He's a Queen's Companion, sitting with the Spear of the Blazing Dawn, light armor with the Essence of Mithril, so rocking a 2-up, and then a cute little longbow. So I got those Moonlight Arrows though, so that's going to be real annoying. We've got a Wizard Master Pyromancy, sitting in a nice cheap 375. Then a Commander with a Battle Standard Bearer, double Aether Icon, love it. Great Weapon, Master of Counter Tower, very nice. Good utility there. And then rounding out the rest of the characters here, we've got 3 identical, the triplets. Commanders on Reaver Chariots with shields, dragon armor, and lances. Like, super cheap, but like, ultimate utility.
So good. What are their names?
Yeah, you need to come up with
I
like,
have a name. I need to though. I played a Dark
Huey,
Elf.
Dewey, Louie.
I should do that. I played against the Rush. I need one for sure because one of them took out whatever the ETC Russian Dark Elf dude's like character bunker. He killed like 5 witches, and then next turn charged the bunker, killed the mage on the charge, ran it down, and like he earned his name. So I need to give him one now.
Name the man. That's right.
Then going back into core, we've got 22 Seaguard with full command and a banner of speed. Some speedy boys, then some pointy boys. 24 Citizen Spears, full command and a rending banner. Gonna sit and grind for a while. Then 5 Valine Reavers, no upgrades. Some cheap chaff. Then heading down to special, we're rocking 24 Lion Guard, full command and a banner up a Coleman, real annoying. 2 more Reaver Chariots, 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers, and a Sky Sloop. So plenty of really reliable shooting in this list, as well as some really speedy threats on those chariots.
So definitely, this is an attaboy for me.
Undeniably.
I just have one question. I'm not saying that it's bad. I just kind of want to hear your thoughts on this. The banner speed on the Seaguard. How does that come into play?
It just gives you an extra inch of movement when you want to shoot. I find a lot of times for me personally, the extra inch to either move. That sounds so bad. The extra inch to either move and shoot or march into a particular spot for 2 inches is useful for either charging or shooting. I've been meaning to try it out for a while. I haven't gotten a chance to really try it out. I know Furion likes to run it a lot on his list, and he's regarded as like, the best sideboard player ever in the world. But I mean, I want to try it out. Kind of fit a little bit of models and fit my models correctly. I mean, right now I'm running 5 Lancers instead, and I have like 4 less Spearmen and no Rending Banner in my current Ocho list. And I mean, this lets me bring a little bit less models with me, so I figured why not.
Okay. Well, I'll be curious to see how that works for you.
Yeah.
I feel like the nice thing is I feel like people could like kind of forget about it.
Oh, like the extra
The
inch?
banners.
Yeah, they do, especially for charging too.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is I just wanted to make sure I had at least 6 chariots in the list.
You succeeded.
Yeah, so that's like the minimum. I'm not gonna. If you're gonna run the chariot span, you gotta like have at least 6. You want.
Yeah. I would agree.
10 was too much for me. Oh, the name? Snap, Crackle, and Pop. That's what I
There
got
you
name
go.
them.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, I like that. That's perfect.
They gotta be rocking the duds though.
The duds.
All right. Now we're looking at Frankie Skipta's High Worn Off list. So he's got a commander. He's the BSV with a gray weapon. He's Master of Crinning Tower with heavy armor, Essence of Mithril, and he's got the Magical Heirloom. Great. Very good. So he's got, 3 spells? Because he didn't pay for the additional 2?
Yeah, you can't pay for the additional 2 unless you're a prince. But he also has the Magical Heirloom, so he knows
so he's got 3.
4.
Rockin'.
4.
Oh, 4. That's great.
Because he knows 3, and then the heirloom gives him the 4th.
That's nice. Commander with the Lance Reaver Chariot. Oh, where have we seen this before?
Interesting.
It's a little bit more expensive though because he's
Yeah.
paying for an Alchemist Sailing
He's investing a bit
Dust
more.
Forge. Which, granted, I mean, that's like pretty tanky in combat. And then he's got a commander with a Reaver Chariot, a shield, heavy armor, Demon's Bane. So he's got that kind of Aegis save against magical attacks, right?
Correct, yeah, +2 armor save. So he ends up.
Plus 2 armor save.
Yeah, so he ends up a 1-up armor save against magical attacks in combat, and then against normal things he has a 3-up armor save. So both chariots also have, which is nice to have the dragon armor, so they also have a 6-up Aegis. So
Yeah.
they're pretty sturdy.
No. No, they do have, yeah. Okay. And then he's got a High Prince, Army General, Longbow, Shield, Spear, Dragon Forge Armor, Heavy Armor, Queen's Commanding Moon Arrows, Lucky Charm, Protection of Dorak, Sliver of the Blazing Dawn, Willow's Ward. So, just a little bit of a different build on that guy.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's Spear Prince.
It's a Spear Prince, yeah. He is more defensive than most Spear Princes you see because he has additional defensive weapon skill and he's a 1-up on foot, which is pretty nice if you want to throw him into more combats.
That is pretty good.
So, yeah, 1-up 6-up isn't bad.
And then he's got a Mage with Cosmology, Wizard Adept, and he's got the Book of Arcane Mastery. Interesting, okay. Then he's got 25 Citizen Spears with the Warbanner Rima, 5 Highborn Lancers with a Musician, 22 Seaguard with a Champion and Musician, and he's got 2 Giant Eagles, what is that? 24 Lion Guard with the Banner of Calming, a Reaver Chariot, and 3 Seaguard Reapers. So, not that dissimilar to what you're running, really, right? I mean, the big spear thing, he just has less. He's got like the Eagle Chaff, and he's less Chariots than you, and 1 more Voltor.
Yeah, for me, I'd personally like to see him. I know we talked a little bit. I think he about like his personal preferences and mine, and just like think tanked on some stuff a little bit. But from what I find that works, I feel that like Giant Eagles now, like they just. I mean, granted they're 100 points, and like it's good chaff, but they're not as good as just a Reaver Chariot. I mean, I can use a Reaver Chariot from chaff.
For 10-point difference?
Yeah, for the 10-point difference and impact hits. Sure, 6 inches of movement is kind of crucial sometimes, but a lot of times these Chariots, if you're going to combine them with other characters, they sit close to your deployment and top of your deployment zone, and you can use them to go where they want, whereas an Eagle a lot of times is like not at the top of your deployment zone, it's hiding behind something, and then like that 6 inches it would gain from its movement kind of loses the value because you're trying to get into position with it. Overall, I like, for me, I like Frankie's list. He has a little bit less, I think, throwaway units, and his magic isn't as powerful, but he does have redundancy, the strength bonus redundancy, where you can cast a +1 strength on either the Cosmo guy or the Awaken the Beast on the Master Cannon Tower.
Oh, that's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, definitely going to be a Attaboy. It's more combat-oriented version, kind of similar to my list. I like it.
Yeah, I'd give it an Attaboy. I don't really feel like he's missing anything.
Yeah, I've always got an Attaboy for Frankie.
All right. Actually, I know we have one more
yeah, isn't
High War Elf list.
Yeah, William Combs.
Which, Coombs.
Coombs or Combs? Coombs, yeah.
Coombs.
Excuse me. Coombs?
Coombs.
Comb? Oh, it's 2 O's, yeah, Coombs. Do you want me to kick it off?
Yeah, 1 second, I'm just loading it up.
Oh, no worries.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, Mr. Coombs has 3 characters in his character slot. He's rocking a High Prince with the Warden of the Flame, Halberd, and Protection of Dorak. So he's got a 3-up, 4-up, and he has that ward save that the Warden gives him. He has a Master Mage in Cosmology and Amethyst Crystal, so he can choose 1 Mage and he gets +1 to spell against it. He has a Commander BSB with just a Halberd and Dragonfort Armor and Shield. Shield seems kind of quizzical to me because, I mean, if you're on foot, yeah, you have a Halberd, but...
maybe he's running on his own.
He could be, yeah. 25 Spearmen, full command, and 2 units of 20... Sorry, we're moving on the core now. 2 units of 20 Sea Guard with full command. He then has a unit of 20 Lion Guard full command, a unit of 20 Flame Wardens full command, and they have the Banner of Becalming, a Lion Chariot, a Reaper, a Sea Guard Reaper, that is, and 2 Frost Heart Phoenixes, or Ice Shard Phoenixes, whatever they're called now. I don't know, because I haven't taken a Phoenix in like 9 months, so...
You took one 2 months ago when we played.
That was the fire one, though. Yeah, but I don't even know the name of that one either. I don't know the edition name. That's
Phoenix.
I'm just gonna drink. I'm just gonna take a drink because I fudged the name. It's my own book.
I am like kind of mixed on this list.
This is an 8th edition list.
Very much so. I like kind of the multiple blocks of 20 elves, and I like the 2 units of Sea Guard. I think the 2 units of Sea Guard is pretty solid. The Prince, I think, is there a lot to be desired. I don't think the Warden of the Flame is all that interesting.
The character build could probably use a bit of alteration.
Especially because he doesn't really have any like bonuses in combat, right?
No,
if anything, he's got flaming attacks too, which is kind of
flaming attacks is a detriment unless you're running alchemy, because then you can make other things flammable and then you're good to go. But he does. The only thing he gives to his unit is he gives MR1
Just nice.
But it's just an expensive upgrade that no one really takes for having a detriment.
I mean, like the 4-up aegis save is like it's gonna be somewhat hard to kill that character.
Yeah, it's definitely, like you said, it's definitely an 8th edition list. Maybe he's more of maybe he's just like starting to play 9th Age, or maybe just wants to take some fun stuff and try some different things out and have more fun, which is fair. There are some better character builds out there, more.
I think honestly, I think all this list would need to do is switch out the High Prince for the Spear Prince, and honestly, I would be 100% okay with it.
I'd like to see the commander be. I mean, the master.
Oh, and maybe a couple more upgrades in the commander. Yeah.
I mean,
and
personally, sorry to interrupt. I feel like when you have Seaguard in your list already, there isn't a whole lot of room for Spearmen. I don't know if you feel the same way.
They're just another scoring option, and they're cheaper and generally better for the amount of bodies and wounds you get than taking 5 Lancers. Because like 5 Lancers is like, I think 15 points cheaper than like 20 Spearmen, so that's why everyone always generally takes 20 Spearmen, and then you upgrade them from there. I don't have an issue, I guess, with him taking Seaguard and Spearmen, especially in this list where he has 2 units of Seaguard, because generally if you take multiple units of Seaguard, it's not, unless you have a lot of targets for Martial Discipline, you don't get that extra stand and shoot. But he's got a lot of targets for it, between the Line Chariot, the Line Chariot, the Flame Wardens, the Line Guard, and the Spearmen.
He'd probably have a nice setup where he has, like, Special Unit, Seaguard, Spearman, Seaguard, Special Unit.
Ooh, the old checker pattern.
And he's got a lot of like cover for like being able to utilize that special rule.
Yeah, exactly. So it does work there.
And then the Phoenixes can sort of just do whatever the heck they want and just be irritating and go after stuff.
Yeah. For me, the only 2 things I'd change is those 2 things you mentioned. Just add you can even keep the Warden of the Flame if that's what we wanted to do. I would just add the Spear, because it's just that, it's like what makes foot characters viable in the Elf book.
Oh, you can take the Spear on that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't take a shield.
Oh yeah, then do it.
Yeah, I mean, like his build could have been like the Spear and the Essence of Mithril, so then he has a 2-up, 4-up, and it would have been like,
that would have been.
It would have been almost the same cost.
Who do we know running that?
Yeah, right, exactly. And then like the Master Counter Tower and the Commander. And then I'd like to see like another Reaper or 2, like another 2 Reapers maybe.
Yeah.
And then you could get some chaff if you want to, or another Line Chariot. Like you cut one, not that you want to cut one Phoenix, but you could cut one. You could cut one Phoenix. You could cut a Line Chariot and just add another Reaper, and then just get more shooting on the board. But that's just me.
Well, good luck to you, William.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say add a Tisk, just because it seems it's not like. You can have a different list, but you can also optimize a different list. I feel that there's some synergies that will work.
I'm in the Anatisk camp too.
I would also give it an Anatisk. I feel like it's got like some very good elements in here, but just needs a bit of optimization and really needs to work together to succeed.
Yeah. So now we're looking at Brad Cash Dollar, and Brad, we do know that I'm guessing Jeff's reached out to you, and your list is not quite valid at this point, so we'll get you there. But this is where we'll just give it a kind of a peek at your ID list, and maybe we can even give you some pointers, because we're so Evershade Gaming, we put out a list, an army book review for the Infernal Dwarf Lab, so we know all about Infernal Dwarves here at Evershade Gaming.
And we're top tier caliber players that play against Infernal Dwarves.
So Brad Cash Dollar, he's got an Overlord General in the Great Bull Shamut. And then this is one of the first parts where it's invalid. He doesn't need to have the Onyx Core on the list. He has the ability to choose whatever weapon enchantment he wants. I think you just have to choose a weapon, really. So you have to pay for like a great weapon or whatever, which is fine. And then he's got Potion of Swiftness, and then the Gauntlets of Mazab, and I think those also can't be on a bowl, so you'll have to change that. He's got a Vizier BSB with Shield, Infernal Weapon, Flaming Standard, Destiny's Call, Crown of the Wizard King. I think I saw somebody say this was too many points, actually, which it sounds like it might be 5 points too many. Flaming Standard is 35 points. I'm guessing it's a 150. Yeah, it sounds like it might be 5 points over. So you have to choose one of those things to drop. Prophet of Lugar on foot with Wizard Master, Alchemy, Kadim Bindings, Binding Scroll ×2. I love that. That's really solid. 3 things of Citadel Guard with Sayer Bear Flintlocks. Solid. That's a lot of great shooting. Can't complain about that. 6 Tarok Anointed with Infernal Weapons Shield Full Command. That is a massive, mean unit.
Very beefy.
Lamasu Scholar, I'm really excited for somebody to take this.
How many stays in the list?
I can't wait to hear what it does, honestly, all weekend. It's probably the thing I'm most excited. I'm just gonna find Brad after every round and be like, what did it do? How did it fool your opponent? Tell me every details about it.
What was the rookery?
Evershade Gaming Live with Brad Cashsteller at the end of round 1. Because I want to know what the Lamasu, because I think it's one of the more unique things just in 9th Age now, that we have like a wizard that can sort of like fool people. I think that's incredibly interesting.
We're live here with a Lamasu update.
Asking the Sphinx's riddle.
Breaking.
Going after the leading stories on the Lamasu Scholars' journey through.
We got boots on the ground.
It'd be hilarious if you didn't even have magic cards. He just like rolls in with like something like coins or something else.
I will make sure he has the magic cards for it. And a Kadim Titan, which is just always solid. So, honestly, this is an attaboy for me. I really don't have any problems with it. It's a little dense, but it's fine.
Like maybe a little simple.
Yeah, very simple, a little dense in its points and saturation, but it's solid. I mean, I don't think there's anywhere you can be like.
Yeah, there's not like a weakness.
No.
It's observable. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because the scoring's solid too, with 3 things and 15 flints and
Absolutely.
6 troll. Like that's great on scoring. Mm-hmm. It's great on magic.
We'll see what happens with the characters, but other than that,
yeah,
really
maybe
nothing to complain about.
Just fix the characters a little bit, and boom, there you go.
Yeah, attaboy.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna crush your guys' spirits with an Tisk.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because I've had to play against Infernal Dwarfs already once, and I've seen a couple games play with them. There's ways to make this. I mean, I know he wanted to make a list without the intent to like be like OP broken and crush stuff. I mean, he even mentioned that in the threads and stuff online. But so I mean, good on him. But by the same token, I mean, there's ways you can make lists. I mean, we'll come up with that probably the next person's list here that we're doing. But there's ways to make lists like an ID that are just like 7th edition demon leveled like brokenness kind of. I mean, not that bad, but like there's an obvious gap between ID and like the falling armies underneath it, and I feel like he has like a couple elements like that, but he's also taking a couple fun elements for I guess an Attis isn't a fair review because he's making it more fun for his opponents by taking units that aren't as like that are tactically challenging to use and more fun to use and just sit back and shoot your opponent off the board. But I guess from a competitive point of view, like it could be like the list could be optimized. Like,
sure.
A lot more.
Well, we're about to see the most optimized Infernal Dwarf list that probably exists right now.
I would say it's better than anything I've even seen in the Ocho. So yeah.
So speaking to that, Brad, good luck to you. Let's look at our next Infernal Dwarf player, and it's Justin Berge.
Oh,
and
Justin Berge's playing Infernal Dwarfs.
Yep, and it's really gross. So
you would expect anything different?
I wouldn't expect anything
Drew,
different.
walk us through it.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. All right. He's got a Prophet. It's a Wizard Master. Prophet of Nez Bakesh. It's a Flintlock Axe, Infernal Bastion, triple speed, Mask of Ages, Luger's Dice, Obsidian Rock. All you need to know is he's mounted on Infernal Bastion, which means he has 360 line of sight. He can cast, he can shoot.
So, and this is something we actually talked about earlier. The Prophet of Nezakesh.
Nezakesh, yeah.
That upgrade is basically the equivalent to the Engineer upgrade, so it's going to
It gives you Engineer 3.
help synchronize with the rest of his list here.
Yeah.
And then that's also what gives him the access to the Bastion.
So the triple speed is a Flintlock Axe upgrade that gives you +3 attacks in close combat.
Yup, and you always hit on 3s even with your range attacks too.
Amazing.
The Mask of Ages, you can only be wounded on a 4-up, which is really good on the Bastion. So even cannons and stuff can... Even like an evocation, AP 10 spells, nothing.
Oh, you're an orc with a giant's blade? No, you're not. You wouldn't be on a 4+.
Yeah, Lugar's dice is the reroll. I think like an armor save or a hit dice or something like a wound dice once per turn.
That's a drink. It's Titanic Might enchantment, not Giant's Blade. Yeah. I apologize.
And then Obsidian Rock obviously is the -2.
To be cast at.
To cast at. So it's just gross. It's so efficient. Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
His next 2 characters, the round of his characters, he has a Prophet and a Vizier BSB. The Prophet is going to be an adept of Pyromancy. He is also a Prophet of Nez Bakesh, so it also gives that Engineer special rule that we talked about earlier. Blunderbuss, Shield, Alchemist Alloy Enchantment on the armor, and the Book of Arcane Mastery. So he has a 2-up armor save, and then he is parry in close combat. And Book of Arcane Mastery is going to get +2 to cast any spell. So easy access to Bubble Flaming Sword on 3 dice. He could cast 2 dice of Flow or single Flaming Sword easily. It's pretty peach setup. And then the Vizier, BSB I mentioned, has a great weapon, a Blunderbuss, Shield, Basalt Infusion, Condemn Bindings, Lucky Charm, and ×2 Aether Icon. So either he has the option to bunker all 3 characters together for -4 to cast at his unit, so he can stop snipes really well from Evocation and Occultism, just like general Grave Calls hits, or just people assigning things like Lash, etc. Or he can split them up and put two characters in one unit, one character in another unit into his 2 main combat units, and we'll go into that right now. One of those units is going to be a 22 Infernal Warrior unit with Blunderbuss, Shield, Full Command, and Flaming Standard. And then his second unit in a combat dwarf unit is going to be 15 Citadel Guard with Flint Axe and Musician. So I'm guessing he's putting one character in one and 2 characters in the other.
So the Bastion is definitely going in the Blunderbuss unit because it's 22. Mm-hmm. The BSB could go in either. I mean,
I'd probably put in the Flint Guard.
But I think it's more likely he goes
in the
with
Bastion unit.
The Bastion unit?
Yeah.
It's interesting because I feel like he should have put Flintlocks on the Vizier and the Prophet instead of Blunderbusses.
Yeah.
To be a little bit more versatile.
I agree with that. Or just on one of them, because I mean, or just the BSB. So the BSB could go in the Citadel Guard.
Yeah, because I feel like the BSB could have gone in the Citadel Guard and been quite happy actually. But you know what? It's probably because the Flaming Standard actually. Or no, that's on the
that's on the Infernal.
Yeah, I think that would have made sense to do that, but I mean,
it's also cheaper.
The Blunderbuss is cheaper. You're correct.
Maybe that's what it was. Blunderbuss is cheaper.
Going on with his list, he has 20 Vassal Levies, paired weapons and bows, 20 Shackled Slaves, paired weapons, and that's going to fill out his core. The levies and slaves, they have special rules that synergize with the dwarf units that he has, Citadel Guard and the Infernal Warriors. It's called a psychotropic mind lock, right, or something. Well, anyways, point is you sacrifice models from the unit, and if you pass a leadership test, if you're within 6 inches, then you can give a unit battle focus. So you generally see the Blunderbusses get battle focus every single turn because they're by the slaves, and the slaves only take like 1 wound a turn for doing that, or 2 wounds a turn. The levies kind of same way. They have that.
Yeah, they have the oil skins.
They have the oil skins rule. Yeah, so they can just give something flaming at range, and then all your pyromancy gets reroll wounds.
Yeah.
Moving on to special, and then I also put them all in one category. I mean, it's the category is what special, and then like black powder, not black powder, but the rest of it is all. I
think it's instruments of destruction.
That's what it is. Instruments of destruction. Thank you. So to fill out the rest of the list, he has 5 Vassal Cavalry, 2x1 Infernal Artillery Rocket Batteries with cluster munitions, a Infernal Engine with Rock Crusher, and 2x1 Citizen Giant Tower Shield. So we can go back to the Vassal Cavalry and break each one down.
Well, the Vassal Cavalry is the same thing as the Vassal Levies. They have oil skins. That's what they do.
Correct. And for 170 points, they also have 2 attacks on the mounts at AP1 for no reason at all, a 4+ armor save, and
that's randomly good.
They have a really good synergy rule with oil skins. The 2x1 Infernal Artillery Rocket Battery with cluster munitions. Alex, you can explain that to me, right? Didn't they have 4 shots or something like that at AP3?
Cluster musicians.
Musicians. Just launch his trombones.
Yep. So, let's see. If the attack scores 1 or more hits against an enemy unit, the next closest unengaged unit within 6 inches of the original target must immediately suffer D3 + 1 strength 4 AP1 hits. If there's more than 1, the active player chooses which is hit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so you just get extra hits with your rocket batteries.
It's a bounce, yeah.
Yeah. So the
rocket batteries, the main thing is that they're strength 6, AP3, D3 wounds with clip wings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is insanity.
Blowing up chariots, like.
Yeah, hey, buy my chariots.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Can I make them flaming?
I almost feel like you can't put those together if you play. I know sometimes you put your Reaver chariots together, but I feel like at that point that's like asking for them both to get blown up at the same time.
Could be.
Yeah, because you just can allocate one on one and one on the other. Yeah,
I mean, hitting on 3 up. Put 1 on one chariot, put 2 on the character one.
Yep, and the cluster munitions bounce off onto some chaff or something.
Yeah, it's very chaff for some archers.
Yeah, and I mean, misfire doesn't even stop anything. It's just
It's just roll the misfire table.
Yeah. And then the Infernal Engine's a Rock Crusher, so it's kind of like the engine of old. It's very combat heavy. It's D3 grinds plus 2 D3 grinds because it's the Rock Crusher version. And it has a 3-up armor save, so it's
Yeah, it's resilience 7 wounds, 3 armor save. Yeah, I think 3d3.
It's 3d3 grind.
Strength 6 grinds, which is solid. You can't complain about that.
Yeah, it's gonna hold something up, unbreakable.
It's gonna beat up stuff in combat.
Oh,
Yeah, but the spiciest thing in the list, which the bandwagon needs to be jumped on if you're an ID player, is Citizen Giants with Tower Shields. They're like
That's really good.
Crazy.
they're insane for what they do. I mean, they always count as hard cover in the front. They get parry in close combat because they're carrying a
They
shield.
get distracting in the front.
They
Too.
get distracting in the front as well. Sorry, I skipped that. My bad. They have immunity to, or not immunity to flaming, but
They have the same 5-up Aegis
Just-
save against flaming attacks that all Infernal Doors have because they have Infernal armor.
yeah, and and on top of all that, they're a giant, so it's like, okay,
They're great.
great.
Yeah, very solid for 330 points.
You just can't shoot them off, man. You can't magic them off. I mean, hard cover like all the time. You have a bolt thrower or like a cannon, like, good luck.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start and I'll say that's like an Attaboy hardcore. Like if I could give 2 Attaboys, I would. Like no one wants to play this list.
For sure, it's an Attaboy.
Pretty well optimized.
It's an Attaboy through pursed lips that don't want to give it an Attaboy.
Definitely an attaboy.
Alright, moving on to KOV and looking at Robert Chenevert and his knights. Alex, why don't you lead us through this?
Looking at this KOE list,
Yes.
we've got a Duke General, heavy armor, bard, warhorse, lance, virtue of might, shield with Grail Oath, blessed inscriptions, and Crusader Salvation. Extremely tanky and extremely fighty. We've got a Damsel Master of Druidism, sitting on a barded warhorse, lightning vambraces to give out. That's that +1 to hit item, right?
Vambrance, yeah, no, Vambrance.
No, that's the 2d6
That's
strength 3 magic.
magic.
Ah, okay. Cool. Just the next
You're thinking
little,
about a battle.
That's what I'm thinking of. Lightning vambraces, though, good for extra little magic missile. Wafers of Penitence, excellent magic item there. Another Paladin BSB. Shield, Bard, Warhorse, and the Questing Oath. Virtue of Renown, Fortress of Faith, Potion of Strength, and Bastard Sword. That thing's gonna wreck some shit. The Potion of Strength is a little weird, but...
Yeah, the Potion of Strength is kind of a strange choice, but
yeah,
I
he
mean,
maybe get some points left
yeah,
over.
I don't know if he's.
Yeah,
I don't know
sometimes you
how-
just have 10 points left over. You're
Yeah,
like,
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if he's played in a minute either, but yeah, that guy's pretty good. The Virtual Renown gives you lethal strike,
Yep.
and then all of your close combat attacks that roll 6 to wound are multiple wounds D3.
Yep.
So
The Duke and the Paladin both are just like super fighty and also just really annoying to kill.
Yep.
Going to core, looking at 6 Knights Aspirant full command, Knight Realms, also full command and Baron the Last Charge, classic. 9 more Realms, full command. Some boys with braziers, 20 bows. Then heading down, looking at a giant unit of 9 Grails, Banner of Roll and full command. Like,
fuck.
Dude, good luck trying to get them.
F's in the chat for
Yeah,
shooting those
seriously.
guys.
9 Questing Knights, fantastic, full command. And then a Trebuchet, just the one, but of course, I think
I feel like this is almost like an MMU
a little bit.
KOE list.
Kind of.
Yeah.
If you didn't invest so much into the Grail Knights, you probably
Yeah.
could have split it up a little bit. But still, like that's just going to be such a...
Well, I feel like if there was one place you were going to invest all your points in, you might as well do a big unit of Grails because they're just so good.
It can be really
Yeah.
the backbone of your list at that point.
I just like that he's got 4 separate units of knights because, like in a monster heavy meta, I'm using words. Oh my god! In a
He needs to be
monster
able to take care of
heavy
multiple threats
meta,
simultaneously.
exactly, yeah. And you can run into something that has ranks. A lot of issues like single models that are flyers and stuff. You can't break a giant. You can't break a Ragnarok or whatever they're called now. A giant spider, excuse me. It's a drink, whatever. You can't break them on the charge if you don't kill them. Gargantulas, double drink then. On the charge, but if with like units of knights, you can. You can like you hit, you do 4 or 5 wounds, they do 4 or 5 wounds back, and then you still win combat and run them down because you have, 2-3 ranks in a charge and a banner. So actually, you know what this list would be a great answer against? I think. Well, no, because Birdie's got alchemy, but maybe against him.
Still toast this army.
Well, he's got druidism. He could grow back a bunch of knights.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if you can at the level that alchemy can kill KOE knights. I don't know if you can.
Just silver spike, that's it.
Well, Silver Spike, Molten Copper,
Yeah.
and Quicksilver Lash. You casting those all game, and you're
an
you have
AP
Ward
3,
Miner, and that's
an
it.
AP 3 from those rocket batters
And
would be gross.
the AP1 Blunder by.
and the flintlocks.
The AP1 blunderbuses I don't think would be as bad, but they would definitely do some damage.
The AP1 blunderbuses are a nice point because they're not it's 3 up armor save and 6 up ages. So any wounds you get past the armor are probably going to go through. And you get so many hits.
Right.
I mean,
you're running on 4s.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, there's so
many blunderbusts against humans.
Yeah, there's so many targets. Like you just run everything up midfield.
Yeah, but if you kill like 3 or 4 knights in one block with your shooting phase, and you kill 3 or 4 knights in like your magic phase, you like gone half strength on 2 units of knights in 1 turn. And that's before the rocket batteries open up. And
we need an answer to Bergie's list.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing when we're analyzing these lists.
This is one of the worst things I learned recently playing against Infernal Dwarves is against the Bastion. Man, like war platforms have this really funky rule where catapults are really bad against them.
Yeah.
Because they count as those files.
Yes.
So like you can only get like the 2 files on one side of it, and then you hit that. So even like the trebuchet you go against like the Bastion unit is like you get the 1 hit against the Bastion, which you're only winning on 4 up because of the Mask of Ages.
Yep.
And then you get to hit like
10 other dudes.
No, like 8 other dudes.
Right.
It's only 4x4.
Yeah.
So it's like you maybe kill 4 flintlock dudes or something like that. Maybe if that, like maybe if he rolls bad as armor saves, which is not a lot.
I would not say that this list is a good counter for ID.
It's not. It depends if he gets in early and what the objective is. Whatever. Point being, you guys are kind of right. I mean, overall, his list.
Still a cool list.
I like it because it's for me. Competitively, it's an Attatisk. Maybe I think it could be maybe an Attatisk because there's some things that people like to run now, like Scorpions and the Green Knight, which are always fun to run. But honestly, my actual personal feeling is that it's an Attaboy, especially for like the meta of the tournament, because everyone likes to run monsters and big units, and he's got 4 threats on the board that can go into anything he wants. And you know what? All those characters are fun to play with, and he has ward saves.
No, I mean, I'd say I'm fine giving this list an Attaboy.
I mean,
yeah, I think Scorpions are better than 1 trebuchet probably, but other than that, I'm like I actually like all the small. I like all this kind of like the multiple units of knights. I think that's very good. I find a lot of times you just see like the big ones and then like small units of 3 and.
I think trebuchet is actually a good fit for this list because it helps him deal with large units.
No, I think that's fair.
Even 20 peasants is like, you can shoot. There's enough chaff. Like, my 5 reavers, I can't move them up in the middle of the board because you can shoot 20 peasants.
As long as it probably kill that 1 turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think that's solid.
Great list.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good luck to you, Robert.
Is he the only KOE this list too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know if you kept recording or not.
No, we're all going. Now we're looking at Joe Getsy. Drewski, why did you go through this since you're so excited about it?
Alright. I'm going to bring this up.
This is Joe Getsy's Orcs and Goblins.
Oh my... This is... Okay, actually looking at the characters' items, this is... Yes, this is the most legit list anyone is... No, I'm not even... We're going straight to rank. Attaboy. Double Attaboy. Never given before. This list is amazing.
But what's in the list, Drew?
Dude, this is so... Alright, okay, so... Feral Orc Shaman. This is general. The Wizard Master on Shamanism, and he's on a Wyvern.
Great.
An Omen of the Apocalypse, and Panda Protect and Pinching.
Yes.
So if your boy gets in close combat, he can only be wounded on a 5+, and then... He has whatever save he's fighting against. 3+ armor save, I got you. 4+ armor, 4+ ward from Destinies, I got you. In a challenge, I'm taking your save. That's and then he's just gonna obliterate you with the Omen of Apocalypse. That's fantastic. Then he has an Iron Orc Chief also on a Wyvern. Let's go.
It's a BSB too.
It's a BSB with a shield, a lance, and Death Cheater. So
simple.
He's expensive for 505 points, and he could get lashed, but like. Again, another giant flying threat that's going to be rammed down your throat. Okay, all right. Actually, no, it's not. I forgot, boys, because you can always just be like chilling hollow game. GG. All right, sorry. Force Goblin King is his last character from his character slot. It's on a Gargantula and paired weapons.
I wish he put the
a shield breaker on it. I was about to say that. Does he have points?
For all those attacks.
Does he have points?
No.
The Force shield breaker. He's got to be
close. He could cut 1 Grotlings or something like that.
No, I'm saying, but like, did he have the character points for it? That's maybe why he didn't do
Probably
that.
Not.
But like, oh my god, yeah, Shieldbreaker on that boy.
Yeah, he probably had it.
Really?
600, 500, that's 1200, 5, 6, yeah. No, he had it. Oh, actually, no, maybe not actually.
No, I don't think he did.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, maybe that's no. Because the two 500s are a little bit over 1,000.
Yeah, that's 570 plus
680
600 is
700.
1670 plus 80 is he's at 1750.
So yeah,
he could have literally fit it exactly.
So cheap. It's only
it's 35 points. Yeah, he could have literally fit it in. He just needed to find points somewhere. All right, sorry. To continue on the rest of this magnificent masterpiece of a list, the Picasso of Buckeye Battles. Like, this is 60 Force Gobos with spears, shields, Greenhide banner. 49 Force Goblins, spear, shield, Greentide banner. Moving on to special, 3 times 15 Iron Orcs, naked. The sauce. That's like when you get just the amount of pico, right amount of pico de gallo on the chip, and a little guac in there, or maybe like sour cream, and you get 2 units of 3 Grotlings just for chaff. Why not? And to round out the list, 1 more Gargantula Spider. This list, boys, has 4 giant, monstrous threats that are high speed, that are running at you on the flanks from the middle of the list. It has 2 thicky boy units of pokey goblins with green tide banners that are going to be run 8 wide and 7 deep, running down your throat. And then 15. Where do you put the iron? Where do you deploy them at? The 3 units of iron orcs are just. You can't just throw something at 15 iron orcs and be like, oh, my Reaver Noble is going to go charge 15 iron orcs. I kill 3 and then they great weapon me off. Yeah. Okay, bye. Those 15 iron orcs are no joke.
I think my only grief about this I love this list. It's an Attaboy for me. I would have I don't even know if he needed the Grotlings. They're not that fast as chaff. I know they scout and everything, but
I think they're
they're fantastic. Yeah. Being a scout, they're the other unit I was gonna say earlier. We talk about Mage Blight Gremlins is the small bases that can scout, do stuff.
Yeah.
They're the other unit I feel in the game, in the top 3 that can do that scouting ability that makes you to scout really well. Yeah. I played against Ryan Stottle earlier about a couple months ago, and he was able to use them really effectively. If there's a place on the board your opponent's not expecting you to place them, they're great chaff, and they don't die easily either.
No, they don't, because they take a lot of shooting and magic to get rid of. That I will agree with. I wouldn't have minded musicians on those Iron Orcs, and then the Shield Breaker on the Spider character. But other than that, I love it. It's so many goblins. It's so many bodies of Spears of Truth.
Oh my god, it is.
I'm really good at Pyromancy. That's all I can say.
Attaboy.
Oh my god. If I could... This is double Attaboy. This is fantastic. I mean, like I said, we both kind of wish he had Shield Breaker on the paired weapons, just because that Force Goblin King that James made so popular. It's just really good. But by the same token, you've got 4 monstrous threats on the board. Most things in the game aren't going to be able to take a Gargantula by itself unless you're a dedicated character, right? And you only have a certain amount of characters, and you have a certain amount of tough boy chosen units you can throw into stuff. And he's got 4 monsters, so
that's the thing. You usually have 1 solution or maybe 2 in your army to something like a Gargantula. Mm-hmm. How are you going to deal with 2 at the same time?
And 2 wyverns.
Characters.
Right. And the entire time he's got shamanism, so he's casting first turn Chilling Howl, stopping any shooting or magic, and then he's bringing Totemic Summon up, so he's taking off your war machines. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I almost feel he probably runs just Totemic Summon, Chilling Howl, if there's a lot of shooting magic. He's
100%.
And I don't even know if you need Break the Spirit necessarily.
No, you don't. Swarm an Insect if there's lots of shooting. And then Awaken the Beast.
I would probably say Awaken the Beast and then the Hereditary spell.
Well, it depends on how much shooting. If it's Justin Brugge level shooting, you go Swarm at Insects. If it's not Justin Brugge level shooting, then you probably go Awaken the Beast.
Yeah. You love that Hereditary spell.
Well, the Hereditary spell is really good for us.
The Hereditary spell is all those goblins rerolling to hit, or the Omen, or the Omen, the Omen character rerolling, or the Gargantula,
Or reroll to hit on your Shaman character.
Shaman character with the Omen just going into town, pound town with a 5. I can only win him on a 5.
Yeah. So yeah, very solid list. Looking forward to hearing the glorious tales of Joe Gessie.
I want to hear. I want a Shaman count what he killed after every round. Him. You do the Brad Cash Dollar Lamasu count, and I'll go up to Gessie every round and ask him for your orc. This is a call out to Andrew Ratman. If you don't charge,
we're not doing it. We're Mike Smith.
I want but his first round. Joe Getsie's first round is.
We'll just say that we're looking at Mike Smith right now. So, this is Mike Smith's Orcs and Goblins. He's got a Orc Warlord, General, Feral Orc Warlord on a war board with a shield, light armor, a Turtex Guard, with Omen of the Apocalypse, and Potion of Swiftness. Then he's got an Orc Shaman, Feral Orc Shaman on a war board, Wizard Master Shamanism, Skull Fetish. He's got an Orc Warlord, Feral Orc Warlord, War Boar, Paired Weapons, Shady Shankin, Light Armor, Essence of Mithril, and the Binding Scroll. So, 3 great war characters. And a Goblin Witch Doctor. He's a Cave Goblin Witch Doctor with Wizard Adept, Witchcraft, Book of Arcane Mastery. I actually really like Book of Arcane Mastery on a Wizard Adept with Witchcraft. It's to really force through like the magic move. That's really dirty. He's got 2 things of 14 Orc Boar Riders. They're ferals with shields, standard bearers, rending banners, musician champions, and they have light lances. And then he's got 26 Goblins, common goblins, just shield musician champion, nice and easy, scoring. 11 mounted Ed Bashers, Feral Orcs, shield, standard bearer, Minonox, totem, musician champion. Also, they have, I guess, just light lances standard. 2 Nasher wrecking teams, 5 things of Goblin Raiders, the force ones, so they scout. 2 scrap wagons and a great green idol, counting as the battle standard bearer.
I was about to say, I didn't hear him, it's called a BSB, and looking at the characters, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's running the Great Green Idol again.
Oh, yeah. But this time with mostly mounted and like...
Do you know how to conquer this list, boys? I beat this similar list at Michigan GT.
Shooting?
Just have Mike deploy his Great Green Idol inside some dangerous terrain, and have him just fail a bunch, and you're golden. That's the secret of victory.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
No, this is a great list. I mean, I've played something similar before, and I think the National Wrecking teams are kind of making a comeback in some lists. They're pretty hard to get rid of. You have to really dedicate magic missiles to them. You can't really shoot them off that easily because they have hard targets still. So if you
they're relatively cheap right now.
And they're relatively cheap. Yeah. I mean, he has everything covered. He's got 2 units of chaff. He has scrap wagons which can be chaff or just be thrown into things. He's got 2 units of Orc Boars that can go take objectives, but it could also just he could just use them willy-nilly wherever he wants. And he's got the 11 mounted Ed Bashers with the totem and turn off items, and his Warlord's going to go inside there with the Omen. So point and click.
He can go there anywhere. I mean, I just love how those characters can go wherever the heck they want, and they're so good at any of those.
Yeah, this is Mike. Why didn't you run this in the Ocho? We'd be winning right now. This is a great list.
It's a good list.
Yeah, I'm giving it an attaboy.
I'm giving it an attaboy. And actually, this list might be the answer to Jay Berg's list, because he can witchcraft a unit with Twisted Effigy, and he can Chilling Howl.
Yeah. I feel like he can still do so much damage to one of those units one turn.
He
can, but it's a lot of threats. Fast-moving threats, Swift Stride on the charge, +1 movement when you do your WA.
Well, you know what the scary thing about the Bastion is, though? Is it has a lot of wounds, and it has a crush attack. So if you do get into a challenge with it, and it hits you and it wounds you, it could just kill any of your other characters.
Only you don't actually attack. You don't attack the Bastion. You just kill a unit around the Bastion and make it flee.
Sure, that's fair.
But yeah, Mike, great list, and I'm gonna razz in the Facebook Messenger group why you didn't bring this to the Ocho.
Okay. And now you can do Andrew Rappin's Soaring Ancients list, and you can say whatever you have to say.
Andrew Rappin, I'm calling you out because you are grudging Joe Getsy first round, and I think everyone here at this table and everyone at Buckeye wants to see the ultimate Godzilla Mothra battle of 2 titans fighting against each other. Your Saurian Warlord on Carnosaur with Shield, Dusk 4 enchantment, Basalt Infusion, Lance, Super Dex enchantment, and Obsidian Rock. So your Saurian Warlord up against Joe Getsy's Feral Shaman Orc. Is it a Warlord?
No,
Mage? Shaman?
Shaman.
Excuse me, Shaman with Pan Protect and Pension. Have him go at it. See who comes out on top. That sounds like a blast, doesn't it?
It sounds like Ratman losing his Warlord.
Yeah, I would think the Shaman.
Depends who charges. It depends who charges, boys. Because
I guess it's the Lance. Yeah.
Because if it's not his turn.
No, because the Carnosaur has multiple wounds 2 against the Wyvern, right?
Does it?
Yeah, doesn't it get multiple wounds 2 against large?
Yeah, I thought it was a charge bonus. Let's check that out.
No, it always has a charge bonus against those things, but because the Alpha has multiple wounds D3 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The Carnosaur has specifically, I think, multiple wounds 2 are large.
You have very good memory because it is indeed battle focus, born predator, multiple wounds 2 against large.
Yeah. So that could be bad for the Wyvern.
Yes, if Getsy charges and says magic phase, he only has to get 1 spell off to have a 5+ be wounded in close combat.
That's the thing.
And then he steals Ratman's armor save, which is a 2+ or 1+? It's a 2.
Yeah. But I mean, that's even you only get a 5 armor saving against anything that goes through.
Yeah, but that's after.
Well, because the Wyvern's only got 4 wounds.
Yeah, that's if he's been wounded on a 5+.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you get to strike back with your Omen of Apocalypse and just like.
Well, he's gonna. What? Well, keep going through Ratman.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to think what lore. I guess you'd probably want to take Pyromancy.
Okay,
actually.
So the rest of Ratman's list, we'll actually go through Andrew's list. His list contains a Collateral Ward with Alchemy, Pyromancy, and Essence of the Free Mind, so we can choose between the two. And Sun Tablet. Sun Tablet ignores the Essence of the Free Mind text on that, so he can choose any of the 6 spells from Pyromancy or Alchemy. It's a very common build in a lot of the metas around, around the world currently, but it's a great choice. I'm glad you switched to that now. He has Train from Birth and Grasp of the Immortals. This is other special rules.
So he gets the extra spell and he gets the +1 to cast, right?
Correct, yeah.
That's really good.
He has in his core, he has a unit of 20 Saurian warriors with spear, full command, musician champion. 15 more Saurian warriors, musician champion.
Wow.
15 skink braves, shield, poison jab, musician. I'm guessing that's going to be where the collateral goes. He has 2 units of snake swarms at scout. 2 units of 2 weapon beasts, their spearback. He has 2 units of 3 Pterodon sentries with poison javelins. He has 2 Thyroscutuses with the snake god. So that's not the channel one. That's the other one.
No, it's 2d6 poison.
2d6 poison attacks. And then lastly, fill out the list. He has a Stygiosauр with Mystic Traveler, which means it's the mage, and you can choose some spells from a couple spells from Lord Beast and something else. So, I think it's the hereditary spell, and you can cast spells through it. So overall, this list seems to me very 8th edition safe. It's kind of like, or 9th edition, 9th age safe even, where it's just like, in a sense, that redundancy, right? He's got 2 units of 2 of everything, so he's got like, almost like Neil's list in a sense, but he went down the aisle and picked up 2 of everything. He's like, I need 2 units of toilet paper. I need 2 units of Pterodons. I need 2.
Exactly. I don't really know what, just me, but I don't know what those Pterodons are up to.
The Pterodons are really good chaff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's got the snake swarms.
Well, it's kind of 2 different versions of chaff, I would say. Plus, the Pterodons are just really fast. I think they're fly 9.
Yeah.
Fly 9, fly 18. They still have the rock drop, which is really useful.
So vulnerable though.
Yes, but again, they're only 180 points.
Sure.
It's not all that expensive.
Yeah, and they still have a save. They still have a, what is it?
I think they have a 4 armor.
Yeah,
save
4
too.
armor save. I think it is. Yeah, they do. They have
And I think they're
hard target 1. And they have they have a 5 armor save for armor 2.
Okay, 5 okay.
But yeah, they have like you said, they have the release rocks attack. So the biggest thing that I kind of screwed up against and I played against recently is they have feign flight, so they can just flee and then rally again, which is just like, oh okay. Well, it's really good. You combine those both together, they're definitely going to be. You could put them both together, feign flight both of them, have them jump through each other, and you're never going to charge anything with one unit.
No, I think they're very good chaff, and because the snake swarms are good, but they're also I think they're only advanced 12.
I can check right now. I have the book open.
So they're
they're 5'10".
5'10". So it's not all that fast for chaff. They're going to get in the way of stuff and trying to use that like dangerous terrain ability.
Other than his Carnosaur though, there's really nothing fast moving in this list at all.
No.
He has Pyromancy against most lists, so he's going to sit back and try to pyro you off the board.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But
the snake swarms get in the way, slow things down. The
spearbacks will shoot.
Yeah, spearbacks will shoot, pick off chaff.
Which just makes me wonder why he's got the Pterodons even more, because if he's sitting back, then they're going to...
Because again, the Pterodons can pick off chaff and then get behind you.
Yeah, and they
but will they be able to pick off chaff?
With the rocks.
They should be, yeah.
With the rocks.
They should be.
Yeah, honestly, turn 1, because they have Vanguard too. So turn 1, they can Vanguard, fly,
if he gets the turn
drop
1,
rocks, and honestly, most cases they'll probably delete most chaff units, you know?
And if they don't...
Because it's 3d3 strength 4 hits, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if you don't, you just you can still block a unit, so then you can shoot with your spearbacks or pyromancy more.
Yeah.
And their drop attack is a D3 with strength 4 AP1. You're right, once per game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that'll kill most chaff units in the game.
if it doesn't, at least it softens something up. So, I mean, heck,
Seriously,
if he flies over my 20s, like that one, was it Matt Combs or Combe? I can't pronounce his name. Coombs, yeah. If he flies over one of his 20-man Sea Guard or my 20-man Sea Guard, or heck, your bunker with your mage and Alex, I mean, you could take off 10 like wild, what do you call them? Wild horns?
Oh, so you go that many with just that.
10 with them?
The 33?
Oh, I'm saying both units.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you dedicated both, you could.
Well, yeah, then.
On average, you killed maybe 3 from each unit. So maybe kill 6.
And then I make that pass,
yeah. And then he passes it with his reroll. But hey, you've killed 6 wild horns.
Yeah, and you're facing both flanks.
I think their ability to possibly kill a chaff unit to they could kill a pig possibly. If they get a good roll. Yeah.
Take off a Reaver Chariot.
Yeah, they could kill a Reaver Chariot. They could kill my Rider units pretty easily. Or at least definitely cause a panic chest on a Rider unit.
They're not easy to shoot off either because they're hard target.
Hard target. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like them. I think they're solid. And I mean, because what else would you put in this instead? I mean, you'd get 360 points.
I would just take Ramphadon Riders instead, maybe, but they're like the same thing. They're just the combat version.
Yeah, but again, I feel like Ramphadon Riders, you're kind of asking to lose those points.
Most games I play against Ramphadon Riders, they're just as tough to get rid of. The only difference is they can actually fight something in combat. They're less dodgy.
Yeah.
But this list likes the dodginess. So for me, Andrew, you got yourself an attaboy for me, but and I know you wanted to build something that was more your flavor of Saurian Ancients. You had talked in our thread, and I think this is kind of a good medium between something that you wanted to play and try out, and some of the units you like playing, the Therscutus, and then a little bit of the meta pick with the Slan. I think you'll have a great showing. You'll have fun with your list. But again, the only thing you really need to do that we want to hear this weekend is the Godzilla battle between the Carnal Lord and Getsy's Shaman Wyvern Lord, because that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's definitely an attaboy for me. I like it.
Attaboy for sure.
Okay, more Saurian Ancients. We're looking at Mark Lohman's Saurian Ancients. So he's got a Warlord General, Spear with the Glory of the Dawn Ages, Heavy Armor with the Torosaur's Vigor, Shield, Talisman of Shielding. So that guy's got a 2-up armor save on foot, right? Or does he have a 1-up with the Torosaur's Vigor?
I think they have a 4-up armor save base, right?
No, they have 5-up, plus Heavy Armor goes to 3-up, Shield 2-up. I want to say that guy has a 1-up.
No, they have a 4-up base. They have light armor and arm 2 because they have come with scaly skin or.
That's what I'm saying. He has armor 2, heavy armor. That's a 3-up. Shield. Does Torosaur's Vigor give him +1 armor save and +1 HP?
It does 1 +1 HP and +1 armor.
That's really good Warlord. Yeah, that's a 1-up, 5-up character with the Glory of the Dawn Ages, which is pretty good. So, and the General, it's fun. It's different. So he's got a Skink Captain BSB. Oh, I love this. He's got a Light Lance, Blowpipe, Light Armor, Dragon Staff, Spirit Stampede, Torso. I love this build, actually.
The 2-6 impact.
I love the 2-6 impact in the Torso. I'm really curious to see how that does. Skink Priest, Skink Planquin, add up Druidism of some type of, wow, easy peasy magic.
Yeah, I love it. That's a different pace from Slans you constantly keep
seriously, yeah. 30 Source Warriors, damn.
I'm interested to see that nobody's taken totems on these warriors.
Yeah.
Keep them cheap.
I think the cheap is, I think people like them cheap. 2 things of Raptor Riders, 2 things of 5 Raptor Riders with Land Shield, 2 things of 2 Salamanders, damn.
Wow. He hates hordes.
A Torosaur with Sharp Horns, Giant Blowpipe, and 3 Kings of... Well, this unit does not lack for scoring.
Definitely not.
Wow. I have very mixed reaction to this. I feel like it does not have enough magic, and I don't feel like it has enough. It has too much core, too. It's got 300 extra points of core.
Saying Alyssa should never be over min core?
I'm you know me. I'm a strict core pay for your core tax and move on.
I'm not as stringent on some armies are better at core. I mean,
Saurian Warriors are one of the best core units in the game.
I mean, do Saurian Warriors need? I mean, could he get away with units of 25 instead?
Possibly.
Probably.
But when you think about it, how are you really going to shift a unit of 30 Saurus Warriors? That's going to take many turns.
Well, one of them doesn't even have spears though.
No, one has a parry, so it's even harder to get rid of. The other one has spears. Yeah. This list also seems kind of 8th edition E in a sense, where it's got lots of like I'd say 8th edition E in the sense of like 8th edition ETC, where it has like redundancy, where it has 2s of everything, kind of like Ratman's list a little bit, kind of like the opposite of Neil's, where you take 1 of everything.
2 Tauros, 2 Salamander, 2 Raptor, 2 Warrior.
Yeah, I guess if anything, you can just sort of run those Sorin Warrior blocks in your face. Nothing's really going to kill that Warlord. That guy's really, really tanky and really solid.
You could put that guy in the 30-man parry unit, and he's probably going to be fine.
Yeah, he definitely makes up for the lack of the...
Actually, it's probably where he's going to go, because that Skink Priest also has to go in one of those 2 units, and he's probably going to go with the Warlord, so then he has 35 Source Warriors.
Yeah. And then you can run the BSB and hit him in the flank with the Taurosaur or something like that. Yeah. It's kind of it's interesting. I'm gonna give it an Attatisk. I feel like if it had maybe like a Stygiusaur or the Mystic Traveler, I would throw it in Attaboy in a heartbeat.
I'm kind of on board with you. I think I'm gonna give it an Attatisk. So I mean, this list is to me. It's kind of dwarf-like in a sense, where like everything has high armor, it's tough to move, it's got good leadership, you're just bringing back models, but you don't have a lot of ways to go out and like take points from your enemy, like any shooting really, and like all your stuff isn't like super fast moving. I mean the Raptor Riders kind of are, but I mean they can be taken off from bolt throwers or other fast units as well.
It definitely lacks some ability to like reach out and touch you.
I just don't love Salamanders either.
And that's the thing, is these 4 Salamanders don't have a lot of utility when his warriors are already perfectly capable of mopping up large units. The cannons as well, like the stops.
If those were the
spearbacks
instead to get rid of chaff, they'd be a lot more helpful. I think.
I'd like that a lot too. I mean, you could even. I mean, since he already has 4 scoring units. I mean,
he's got 5.
5, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 5th one?
The Caymans at the bottom.
All I was gonna say is you could. The Caymans are a nice touch, but like you can almost cut the Caymans and like try to find points for the Stygiusaur, and then you even have more magic flexibility because you could be like
that would be good.
You could reach out and cast Chilling Howl on something or the Hereditary.
Yeah, well, I mean the Stygiusaur has such great spells that it really would have been worthwhile to have it.
Undeniable utility.
Yeah,
I feel like the Stygiusaur is kind of like one of the like in the Story Ancient book. It's like the one unit you. It's kind of,
I'd recommend anybody take.
I hate to say auto take, but it's one unit you auto take.
Yeah, it's one of the crutches for sure.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, Mark. What do you think, Alex?
I think it's an Attatisk, like we said. It's got some interesting choices that we don't see too often, but it's got a lot of potential with some aggressive choices. Even if he doesn't, like we said, have that ability to really aggress with any fast-moving choices, he's going to grind real well. That's for sure.
That's true. Well, good luck to you, Mark. Now we are looking at Rob Phillips and his Undying Dynasty.
Ooh, cue the ESPN noise. Din-in-it. Like...
So, Alex, why don't you run us through this Undying Dynasties list?
Let's see what we got here. Starting off, Rob Phillips UD with a Hierarch General and an Arc. Master of Cosmo, the Sacred Hourglass. Classic. Very effective casting combo. Then running it up with another Hierarch Master, this time of Evocation, Talisman of the Void, Hierophant, and with the Soul Conduit upgrade. And then looking down at an Architect, picking up Parried Weapons and a Book of the Dead. What does the Book of the Dead do? Do you remember?
I'm looking up right now. The Book of the Dead says... can we get to the enchantment slot? It says, the bearer can cast Death is only the beginning as a bound spell.
Okay.
The spell's range is changed to 12 inches Aurora.
So he's got a bit more growing back. Heading into
interesting.
Core, we're looking at 4 Chariots, Legion upgrade, Standard and Musician. Pretty standard. 2 20-man Skelly blocks, Musician and Champion. Then a unit of 10 Skeleton Cav with Musician. Interesting choice there. Then 10 Skelly Archers, 5 Snake Riders, Music and Champ.
I love how everything's skelly.
3 Great Vultures, some fantastic chaff. 2 6-packs of Shopty Archers, rocking Musicians, Standards, and Rending Banners. And then just wrapping it up with a Sand Scorpion.
I feel like I was maybe pissed on this list a little bit earlier, but as I'm going through it again, the magic looks super effective.
Absolutely. He's going to dominate.
And I quite like it.
Like, he's going to be able to cast his snipes with Evo. He's going to be able to buff his own units and grow back with Cosmo.
I wish there was maybe a little bit more shooting to complement the Shopti archers, but other than that, I think it's pretty solid.
Right.
It's an attaboy for me.
I mean, like, the Arc of Ages with Cosmo gives you that extra range on
30
Ice and
inch
Fire.
range and
Like,
everything. Yeah.
humongous.
And you need Divergence and Touch of the Heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's got potential.
Unfortunately, I mean, I just feel like, it is. It's not like a known fact, but it's a common kind of opinion amongst the meta, quote unquote, of like the elite players that UD is probably the worst army in the game right now. So, I mean, even though this list is really good,
I feel like that's a bit taking the voting a bit too far. Because everyone was saying they're on top like 6 months ago.
Yeah, but I mean, they also have fallen quite far. I feel like
their magic got really toned down.
I feel like some of the extra chaff he has might have been better invested in another unit of Tomb Cataphracts, because Tomb Cataphracts are great to zone other troops, and they just have great abilities and a regrow rate. I mean, I don't know how you get another unit of Tomb Cataphracts.
You have to cut a lot out.
I mean, maybe you cut like the Scorpion and the Vultures and like one Shopti from each unit and get like a unit of 4.
That's so much.
Yeah, or that, or you just make the Chariot unit bigger. Like, I'd cut the Vultures and the Sand Scorpion and maybe, like, the Archers.
Get those Cav out of there.
Yeah,
those more Chariots.
The 10 Cav is kind of peculiar to me because
those are the skeleton Cav that scout, right?
Yeah, they don't, like, I don't know what they're going to do, per se, because it's 10 of them. Like, they're generally just chaff, and you don't need more than 5 or 6 to be chaff. And you just hide them behind all your large stuff anyways.
And no, these aren't like the chaff versions. These aren't like the shooter, vanguard, scouters.
Oh, they're actually just the 10 cav with like light armor, shield, light lance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
yeah. They have vanguards, but that's it.
I'd like to see those guys just kind of cut out for like 6 chariots. Then maybe you wouldn't have to get that second unit of cataphracts.
Man, talk about a cheap unit of 10 cav.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, but they're terrible.
They're tough 3 with a 5 up.
Yeah, I mean, they're
garbage.
They're garbage.
190 points of guard. Rob is playing.
They will score.
Rob is playing a 4,300 point list.
Nah, I think that's.
No, that's kind of fair. They're not that great.
At least they can score or something for under 2.
I mean, that's probably why he took them, is so he could reach out and score. Because the archers aren't going to move. The cataphracts are going to sit in the middle of the board and try to.
The skeletons are bunkers.
It gives him a way to win breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the chariots. I feel like could do that for you if you just took more chariots.
I do prefer chariots personally, but
yeah, I love the chariots in core.
Yeah, Legion boys are uncontested.
Yeah, so for me, I'm gonna say Attaboy Tsk-Tsk, Rob. I mean, I love your magic setup. Like, that magic setup is, even though magic's been kind of nerfed, it's still just as good. And I think the concept of 2 units of Shop the Archers hasn't been played out enough yet in like the worldwide meta. A lot of people poo-poo it and say, "Oh, Shop the are too expensive, blah blah blah. Let's just all run cataphracts." I think you're going out on a limb and you're being kind of creative, taking some things and seeing if it works for you. And that's, but kudos on you, because I mean, what works for you may not work for pro player number 5, but Shop the Archers.
The good thing about this list is it has abundant scoring too.
Yeah, that too.
It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scoring. Because the Shop the Archers is scoring, the cataphracts, the archers, the skeleton. Yeah, it's got like a ton of scoring.
It's gonna have a tough time to capture the flags.
Yeah, he's not gonna like that scenario. But every other round, he should fare pretty well for objective play.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, good luck to you, Rob. What are you gonna give it?
I would still give it an attaboy, just based on the fact that he's going to be extremely dominant when it comes to magic, and then those Shop the Archers combined with that magic supremacy can probably deal quite a bit of damage before his opponent even has an opportunity to roll up on him. But I feel like he's going to really run into an issue once he actually has to get into combat and fight things, because he really doesn't have a fighting threat in this list, I don't think.
No, not really. Well, again, good luck to you, Rob.
Good luck.
All right, so we're looking at Connor Ledigar. He's got a Quaddle Lord. He's a general, Wizard Master, Pyro, Breaker of Spells, Symbiosis, Ancient Plaque, Jade Staff, and he's on a Planquin. Symbiosis, that's okay, I guess. He's got 2 things that can symbiote with.
Exactly.
Breaker of Spells, it's okay. Ancient Plank is actually quite good with the reroll 1 dice. Jade Staff's fine. Yeah, Pyro's gonna be good. Pyro's good in this meta. I've actually seen a lot of people with Pyro. And Pyro's good against other people with Pyro, too, for the most part.
Absolutely.
He's got Saurian Veteran, BSB, Banner of Speed, Talisman of Shielding, Heavy Armor, Spear, Shield.
Sure.
It's pretty solid. There are real complaints about that guy. What, he's got a...
Pretty simple, but like...
2 armor save or something like that?
Let's see.
3 up?
3, 2... Yeah.
That's pretty good.
2 5 up.
Yeah. I like the Banner of Speed. That's nice.
Yeah.
Then he's got a Skink Captain, Light Bow, Wildfire Burst. That's kind of fun, some extra shots.
Absolutely.
And doesn't that help with cover, too?
I believe that's right. And he's probably sitting in that unit of bows we see down below.
Yeah.
There. Let's see.
Doesn't it remove a level of cover?
Let's see. Shots for Strength 4 AP1 always hits on a 3 up, so it doesn't even take cover into account.
Yeah.
A unit that is hit by one or more of these attacks loses its cover until the end of the turn. If the enemy was in hard cover, it's now considered to be in soft cover.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's pretty good.
Lights him up.
Especially because he has a little bit of shooting all over this list with the spearbacks and the bow pipes.
It's
Synergize as
like,
well.
It's almost like it'd be a perfect Sylvanolf weapon.
Yeah. Well, but they all hit better than everything in this list.
Exactly.
So
They don't need the help.
29 Sword Warriors. Hey, here's a totem. Crocodile
Crocodile.
Warriors. Spear Shield. Banner Relentless Company. That is a meat shield.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, that's going to be a tough unit to kill in combat. 20 Temple Guard, Full Command Cobalt Club, Light Armor Shield, Totem Mixaltal. I like Temple Guard. I hear so many people just bash on them, though.
The problem is they just don't have a whole lot of combat output. They don't offer so much more than just Source Warriors do.
I just like the fact that they 3 up in Strength 6. I know they only have AP 1,
That's the
but
problem.
I'm like...
The Strength 6 is just nice.
That's so cool. Like, that they're just always hitting stuff with Strength 6. Like, I like them.
In most big monsters and things you want to hit with Strength 6, you only have a 3 up or a 4 up anyways. Like, like a picture like the engine from like ID goes from a 3 up to a 4. I mean, you get rid of 16% of the save. Same thing with your Beast Lord chariots. You have a 2 up goes to a 3 up.
Yeah, I think they're fine. I think they're good. I like them. I like them too because I think if you're going to run a Quaddle, they do a very good job of keeping him safe.
Absolutely, and since he's got the Jade Staff on there as well, it's going to help them keep them from disappearing.
Yeah, that's actually a nice extra thing too. 2 things 9 chameleons blowpipes. That's pretty spicy. 1 single spear, 2 things of 1 single spearback. I would like to have seen a little bit more, but I understand. Saurius Warriors gets really tight on the points. 1 Stygisaur, 1 Taurosaur with Engine Ancients. That's an attaboy for me. I like this list.
Absolutely.
Really compact on its points, of course, but those 2 big blocks of Warriors and Temple Guard are tough to shift. They both have 3 armor saves in combat too, actually.
Yeah, and they're both pretty speedy. I mean, he's got the Banner Relentless Company on 2 separate units. He's going to have in the BSB. And then he's going to have it, or excuse me, his BSB has a Banner of Speed, and then the other unit's going to have, which has a Banner Relentless Company, so he can rush that unit up.
Do you think the BSB goes with the Temple Guard?
No, I think he goes inside the Saurian Warriors block, to be honest.
That's what I thought too.
Agreed.
So, I mean, you got movement, 15 March? I mean, you're good to charge, you're good to get where you need to be. You can one time go 15 inches.
Maybe he does just put it all, the Temple Guard all in, like, the 2 characters in the Temple Guard unit.
I don't know. I think that BSB sits in the Source Warriors. He wouldn't have given him 29 models otherwise.
That's what I thought
that's
too.
Very specific.
Yeah, I did think that. Well, what about...
You'll have a good square.
But 20 plus 4 plus 1 is 25.
But then you're running this 5 wide, and it's not symmetrical, and you can't do that.
And you're not going to get hardly any attacks.
What do you mean it's not?
Because your Slan takes up 2 of those spaces, so he's going to be on one side or the other, and your mind can't do that.
But you're not running 4 wide.
No,
you're running 5 wide.
You got to run 6 wide.
Oh,
why do you run 6 wide?
So it's symmetrical.
So it's symmetrical.
Oh, get out of here with the symmetrical nonsense.
Actually, I mean, you could run them 6 wide, actually.
I mean, you might want to for more attacks, but I mean, is it right? If you run 5 wide, you only have 4. You only get 7 attacks from the unit.
No, they're 2 attacks apiece.
From the front. Oh yeah, you're right. So then it would be 14 attacks. No, 13 attacks because 1 plus 1 for a champion. Because you have 4 times 2 is 8, and then you have less than that because you have 4 guys in the front rank if you're 5 wide for 8, and then you have the 2 guys behind it. The Slan doesn't. Oh, the 3 guys behind the Slan doesn't touch for 11. Yeah. And 1 for the champion for 12.
Regardless, I think we can say that both units have potential to hold a myriad of characters.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I guess you know what, we'll have to Alex, you're following up with Connor after every round.
Where are these characters, Connor?
Where are these characters going?
That's great. Yeah, Attaboy for sure.
Okay, and we're gonna look at Corey Lenegard's Vampire Covenants list now.
It's like they're related or something.
Yeah, the Lenegard twins. He's got a Vampire Count General, Spectral Steed, Lamia, Wizard Apprentice on Witchcraft, Light Armor, Reaper's Harvest, and Destiny Call.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot.
It's spicy.
Only one spell is kind of interesting.
That's all you need.
I mean, we're taking Witchcraft.
But you want to raise though too.
That's what he's got the Necromancer for, baby.
But you want more than one raise, I feel like. Whatever. So he's got a Vampire Courtier, Lamnia, Wizard Apprentice Evocation, Spectral Speed, Light Armor, 2/3, Basalt Infusion.
Huh.
Yeah, that's another mounted character. Necromancer, Wizard Adept, Evocation, Cadaver Wagon, Light Armor, Talisman Shielding, Rod of Battle.
Huh.
Oh geez, I do not like this magic
Yeah,
setup.
these choices are interesting.
He's got and he's almost tapped on his characters. Look at that, 1700. 30 ghouls with a champion, 29 skeletons with full command, light armor, shield, spears, banner relentless company.
Good scoring.
2 things of 8 direwolves with champions. I do like the champions, the direwolves. It's a very spicy combo. Because you can challenge them and you can raise them back and then you can challenge again. It's really stupid, actually. 13 Barrow Knights with full command, heavy armor, shield, lance, banner, Zagov. I always find it interesting people put the banner Zagov on the units of Barrow Knights.
I feel like you just don't get enough utility for the cost.
Yeah, I guess the thing is you can always put it on a different unit because you can actually put it on a core unit within 6 inches.
So skeletons are going to do work.
so the skeletons. Oh, they don't even have
a
they don't even have spears or halberds. So never mind. Or no, they do have spears.
Dude, the harness,
they have
the
spears.
harness doesn't even get it. Yeah, it doesn't. It's just the unit that gets a +1 hit.
Yeah, which I don't know. But the problem is, I feel like the banner speeds so much better on Bear Knights too, because they're already band safe, so they're already fast and they already ignore terrain.
You guys are both wrong. It's all about the Strider banner. We've been through this before. That's what
Yes.
the Polish do. It's
Cosmic Brain.
Yep.
He's got 1 Dark Coach, 1 Court of the Damned, with I think that has the upgrade because he's got Lamnia, so it has the 4 Aegis.
Don't think these 5 wraiths have the upgrade though.
And the Wraiths are just they can't take the champion upgrade.
Right.
That's
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, yeah. And he's got 1 thing of 5 Wraiths. Man, this list is a hot mess.
It's all over the place.
This might be my first tisk. It doesn't have enough magic.
For VC.
For
Definitely.
VC, it needs if it had add-ups in the characters and maybe just cut. I feel like you just had to cut something on, like probably cut the Cadaver Wagon, cut the Rod of Battle. You know,
I don't know what Cadaver Wagon's doing here.
It just gives like fortitude to the ghouls and the skeletons, but it's only a 6-up fortitude,
Right.
or maybe it's a 5-up, but.
Are we sure that it doesn't give the race don't get a champion to cast? I mean, it says champion Nosferatu upgrade, but it also says they have Wizard Conclave is in their rules.
No,
That's only with the champion.
That's only with the champion. Because only champions benefit from the Wizard Conclave.
Correct.
Yeah, that's just 5 wraiths, which is not really enough suffering, honestly. I think if you're going to go the suffering route, you really have to max out on them to try and actually do something with them. 5 wraiths is like, they're just asking you to hit by a matching missile and just
Right. Like they're like a roadblock for some things, but not most things.
And like the Court of the... Because the interesting thing is like the Court of the Damned, that's like a big, thing that will sit in a unit.
Mm-hmm.
So like those skeletons can be really deep, but all of his characters are mounted.
Right.
So I don't even know why that matters. You could run the Court of the Damned on its own. It's good on its own
Yeah,
too.
that's what a lot of people do. I mean, it has a 6-inch. This has a 6-inch -2 edge, -2 defensive.
Yeah,
skill,
I mean, honestly, it's a good buff thing on its own, and the vampires are really good in combat on their own.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
Chariot.
that the Court of the Damned is probably going to run alongside those Barrow Knights to make sure that those Knights can really work their full effectiveness.
The problem about Bear Knights is they really don't do a lot in combat. They're just a good delivery system for the
they just don't have
vampires.
attacks. But those vampires in the unit are going to do plenty of work, though.
Well, the Lamnia with the Reaper's Harvest is decent.
Right. And then
She's
the
only
first
got,
one goes
the
away.
problem, the sad thing about Lamnia with Reaper's Harvest is you lose an attack. Because Lamnia makes you lose an attack.
Oh yeah, you're
That's
right.
true.
Well, I mean, why would you?
Yeah, I don't know why you would go to Lamnia with this list.
Yeah, there's a couple questions. I mean, even the True Thirst doesn't make terribly a lot of sense on the core tier.
Well, the True Thirst is fine on the core tier because
you don't have that many attacks with it.
You don't need 4.
Because of the Lamia upgrade.
Yeah, because the Lamia.
But the thing is, you can only bring back so many Bear Knights anyway.
Exactly.
You can only bring back 2 Bear Knights anyway.
Yeah,
so you only need to do 2 wounds.
But if you have fewer chances.
I mean, you have fewer chances.
Sure.
And your only strength, what, 6?
Your strength 6 AP.
Right. Just ideally, you wouldn't want to have these weapons on Lamia characters.
No. Oh, that's right, because the Lamia actually goes down to 3. Never mind, that is bad.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because you have 3 attacks at that point then.
Yeah.
I don't... Yeah.
Which I think they all have light armor, so I think they have distracting.
Yeah.
Because they don't have shields.
Right.
And they still have some decent armor saves, but like, it's still just kind of okay.
Yeah, they're still pretty vulnerable.
Like, they're still not really that hard to kill.
Yeah, and even the Necromancer on the Cadaver Wagon, like, if you're gonna go that route, like, why don't you take Ghasts, or you take a way to get, multiple Cadaver Wagons, so you get multiple effects, because the rank and file units get up to a 5+ fort in the first round.
Yeah, but multiple Cadaver Wagons don't do anything. The Cadaver Wagon is just a bubble. Here's a Fortitude.
Yeah, well, that's what it says. It says rank and files within 6 inches get. Yeah, all rank and file friendly units within 6 inches gain Fortitude 6+.
Yeah.
Gas and friendly units within 6 gain 4+ instead. In addition, all rank and friendly models and friendly units that count towards core within 6 inches of 1 or more Cadaver. So it is 1 or more.
Yeah.
Gain Fortitude +1. Oh.
So the ghouls and skeletons have a 5 on Fortitude, which is not bad, but again, I mean, it's just like. There's no punch to this list anymore, except for kind of the character. Like, honestly, this Reaper's Harvest character can maybe kill some stuff.
That's it.
That's it. The rest of this list is the Bear Knights. Obviously, they can do some things.
Dark Coach can do some stuff, but
yeah, I mean, like, and the court can, but like, I feel like they're still limited by the number of attacks and charging.
Too well.
Yeah.
I feel it's kind of like Neil's list, but like not in a good sense, where he took one of everything, but like it didn't seem to pan out synergistically. The synergies are there. They're just like it's just better if you took Gas with the Cadaver Wagon, or it's better if you took multiple courts or the altar with Terrorgeist, etc.
I think it actually just comes down to the bloodline he chose.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you chose a different bloodline, you could make this list a lot better.
I agree. You just don't want to see Lamia in those characters.
Like, I think honestly, if you ran independent, or maybe
one Blood Knight and one
independent. Maybe Blood Knight, honestly, to just get the more tough fighty characters. Because the Blood Knights do really well with the Bear Knights, actually, because they can actually really dish it out in combat. But yeah, man. Oh,
is Lamia the only way to get Witchcraft?
Yes.
You just really want Ravenswing in those Bear Knights, I guess.
But the problem is, he needs raises.
Exactly.
He's only got apprentices. So I don't even think he can take Witchcraft. Like, I think you need to have multiple raises. And like he's only got 4 spells in this list and a Rod of Battle.
Yeah, Lamia is
like that's nuts to me. That's
sorry, Corey.
Yeah, sorry, Corey. I'm hate to hit you with the tisk, but I'm nervous for you.
Yeah, I don't have to say the same thing. Tisk. Like you could even go Nosferatu Bloodline with 1 if you wanted to. So you could get more. You could take the racing to champion upgrade and get Raven's Wing there if you wanted the Raven Wings move without having to take Witchcraft. Like there's different ways to go about doing it.
Ideally, you want both.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like I remember doing a lot of research into Vampire Covenants, and it's weird that the Nosferatu is the bloodline for race, because like they're like the last bloodline that needs magic boosts. Like they're already so good at magic. Like why do they have like a magic kind of like
that's true
enhancement for units? But that's whatever. That's the BC book. All right. So still looking at Vampire Covenants, Alex. Why don't you run us through O'Brien Jennings?
So our friend O'Brien here is running a Vampire Count General, running a Master of Evocation with heavy armor, the Awaken, of course. He's running an independent bloodline with Hour of the Wolf, True Thirst, Legend of the Black Knight. A absolutely cherry build. Like,
Cherry.
Beautiful. That was an incredible series of chef's kisses. Then running down on another Vampire Count, running Double Master here. This one with Occultism, also independent, of course, heavy armor, shield, arcane knowledge, Essence of Mithril, Necromantic Staff. Another one. Like, these guys may as well have to run together.
No, I
actually
love the double counts with the Master Evocation, Master Occultism.
Yes.
It's really the Hour of Wolf is solid too because it gives you Swift Stride to your unit.
Mm-hmm.
So now those Barrow Guard have Swift Stride.
Like, and all those spells, like, such tremendous ability.
It's just a double snipe. It's
the
like
best of everything.
Plus Toxic Breath Weapon.
Yeah, great calls when you're like in close or like near combat. Like
bump up the Aegis save with Occultism. Like it's just good. It's good stuff.
Great combo.
I mean, as long as your opponent can't bring back wounds, like you're loving life.
But that's his only 2 characters. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love the double counts.
Going down into core, we got 40 ghouls with a champ. We got 21 zombies with a musician, and that's it.
Beautiful. Love that core.
That's all you need. Then 30 Barrow Guard and special, rocking full command, shield, and the Black Standard.
Yep, that's where you want the Black Standard on 30 Barrow Guard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially when you have 30 guys, put both characters in there, and then you get 3 ranks of attacks.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Dark Coach with an extended chassis, classic.
Just
interesting.
Just for looks.
Just for looks.
We got the Vampire Knights with a musician.
I'm guessing that's 4 Vampire Knights?
Oh, it's 3, right? Their base unit is 3.
The cost
it's 358, so that's what I'm saying. I think the cost is a little weird.
It's 250 plus 88 for extra models, so you are correct.
Yep.
So 4?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually like a pretty meaty unit.
That's
actually.
8 wounds.
8 wounds at like strength 7 when they charge. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Then backing them up is a Vartalak. We've got 2 Great Bats, and then a unit of 8 Direwolves.
Attaboy. I love it.
Yeah, you cannot criticize this. This is
I mean, you can always criticize something.
No, there's nothing wrong
with this. I'm satisfied with the scoring. I'm satisfied with the couple kind of single threats.
The magic is unobjectionable.
The magic is fantastic. It's just going to blow shit out of the water, and then the chaff is fine.
I feel like the Varkalak, for like redundancy purposes, you could just try to take another unit of Vampire Knights, or you could cut the Dark Coach and run another unit of Vampire Knights. And
you're asking O'Brien Jennings to cut his Dark Coach? That's not going to happen.
And then, the biggest thing is
now that I'm looking at it, the Dire Wolves are in the core, actually.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you can't cut anything there, because the core looks like they're rounding up the core to be min.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like to see another unit of like chaff.
I do like. Well, the Great Bats are actually fantastic chaff because they fly 18,
and he's got so much.
They do, but I mean, like the
Dire
Dire Wolves will be taken off turn 1, 2, and then you have Great Bats.
Yeah, I think the Great Bats sit behind your stuff and they go out when they need to charge.
Yeah, they can hide behind stuff.
They can hide behind your unit until you need them.
I'm just saying. I personally would like to see more chaff. And
I think I would be behind the idea of running 4 more Vampire Knights instead of Varkalek.
Really?
As good as the Varkalek is, he is sort of a little bit like vulnerable in this list, if anything.
Really?
He's kind of some points to give off.
Yeah, the Pyro Heavy meta, he's kind of freaky.
I would say in the Pyro
Heavy meta, even just on his own, I think just normally even against like Cosmology, like an Ice and Fire could kill that guy. With the reroll your special saves.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is literally cut the extended chassis off the Dark Coach, and then you have.
That's not. I think it's 3 points.
It's a free. That was 20-point upgrade. Is it this?
No.
You know, I'm thinking of the other upgrade. You're right. That's 3 points.
3 points. That's nothing.
But yeah, if you find 20 points, you can run 4 more.
You cut 1 Barrow Guard.
Yeah, which I mean, you have 30, and you have 2
you
characters.
Could get 29.
Extended chassis actually is 10 points.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay, then cut the extended chassis. And you're there.
Yeah.
Maybe have to finagle one more thing out of the list or something like that.
Oh, I didn't realize that actually gives your mounts more attacks too. That's neat.
Yeah.
Well, it's more horses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a very solid list.
Undoubtedly.
It's an attaboy for me. Trip attaboys again.
All right, now we're into the vermin swarms.
That's the end of the show.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow, he's got double abominations. Okay.
What's going on?
Dennis Laville.
Is there something in the water?
He's got the Plague Patriarch. That's the general. That's interesting. Pendulum, Light Armor, Plague Fail.
Oh yeah,
Wizard
I don't
Adept.
see that.
Putrid Protection, Lucky Charm. He's doing Occultism, so that's very solid. Then he's got a Magister.
Witchcraft. Oh yeah.
Witchcraft.
Fly around those A-bombs.
Is that just is that an adept or is that an apprentice?
Probably an apprentice. He just wants to fly around those A-bombs.
Yeah. No, he can't do that. The
No?
random movement.
Yeah.
Oh. Probably for the
I guess.
meat grinders?
I really don't know what he needs. I guess you could do the Plague Patriarch unit.
The pro tip,
Yeah,
the pro
that's true.
play is you default to the hereditary spell. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, it seems a little expensive. Is that an adept or is that a?
205.
Yeah.
I'll check right now. I think it's. I don't think it's
It
an
seems like
adept.
a little bit high for just like a.
Yeah, for a Magister, they got nothing real special going on.
Yeah, Magister's 200 points base.
Oh, there you go.
And they are Wizard Adam's base, so it is a Wizard Adam. So he
Ah.
does have
Okay.
Witchcraft. Yeah, that's pretty. That's good. You're gonna be yelling at me right now. He'd be like, "Why you do this, Drew?" In this Polish voice, just yelling at me.
Then he's got a chief with a shield, heavy armor, Ratlock pistols, potion of strength, battle standard bearer. So just a cheap BSB. 33 Plague Brotherhood, standard. 30 Vermin Guard with
Ugh,
Lightning Rod, because why not? 25 Rat at Arms, full command. 10 foot pads for more scoring, so he's got 4 scoring units in the list, that's fine. 2 Meat Grinders, that's pretty good. That'll help out those 2 bigger blocks of Vermin Guard Rat at Arms. Lots of weapon teams, rotary gun, glow launcher, 5 Giselles, 2 lightning cannons. Wow. What year is this?
Yeah, I
And
know.
2 abominations. Wow. I mean, I like the. I mean,
The
I have
list is
nothing
good.
bad to
It's
say
really
about the
not bad.
list. Like,
I didn't know Abominations were only 330.
I know that's
It
cheap.
sounds so cheap.
What's their strength 6 AP3, right?
Yeah, the strength 6, AP3, and they have that grind attack thing.
3D3 grinds or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Oh, it's more than that. D3. I think it's D6.
It's 3d6.
Yeah, it's D6.
Strength 6 off 3. Yeah.
D6
It's
grinds.
D6 grinds. It's
3D6
3d6 attacks, offensive 3, strength 6, AP3, edge 4.
Wait, say that one more time.
It's 3d6 attacks,
Uh-huh.
it's strength 6, AP3, and it is agility 4.
3D6 attacks.
Yep.
What the?
It's stubborn too, which is always the best
What
part.
is-
Yep.
It's got so many attacks.
It does.
Fortitude 4 plus.
How is it 330 right now?
Because
Gorgon,
no one
Eager
takes
Heart.
it.
How's nobody taking those things?
They are now.
Some people do take them. Like
They're taking them now.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. We see 2 right here. Wow, I mean that is such a deal. I mean I know the random move, but then they have a 4 fortitude,
they have 4 fortitude. Yep.
and they're stubborn.
And they're stubborn to 6 wounds.
Resilient 6.
Resilience 5.
Yeah.
So pyromancy takes them off. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
At least they don't come back to life anymore.
that's true.
Or you could always just use 24.
Resilience 5. I'm feeling the 330 costs a little bit more.
No, I'm not. It's,
Not when it has a 4 of Fortitude.
no, it honestly.
Well, against Pyromancy.
Yeah, but like one answer.
But
Pyromancy-
Pyromancy shouldn't be in
Well,
every game.
and cosmology and doesn't have an armor save though, right?
No armor save.
Okay, so that doesn't really help you.
I mean, 330. It could be more expensive. It could be like 360 or something. But no one really takes it as it is because there's so many other good choices in the book.
Yeah, seriously.
That's
Wow,
great list.
2 lightning cannons is bizarre.
It's kind of normal depending on the type of list you want to build
Yeah,
out.
because this list isn't really going too fast.
Yeah,
so
this-
he's got time to shoot.
Yeah, it doesn't really have to go anywhere, does it?
No, this is a counter kind of charge list where you force your opponent to come to you and you shoot them.
And with the lightning cannons, he's going to do real well against all these monsters we've seen.
Yeah, no, seriously.
You definitely.
And the lightning rod, oh my god, Joe Getz would cry.
Yeah, it definitely helps the.
You know what? This would actually be a good list to toss against Bergie.
No.
I mean,
With 2 lightning cannons?
the VSID matchup is always.
I mean, you're gonna. Yeah, what do you shoot at? You can't shoot at the.
I think it's worthwhile to still try and take out the Bastion.
It's not.
You're not gonna 4 up.
Yeah, you move on.
Well, I mean, but if you kill the Bastion, that's kind of the game.
Right.
I feel like.
You have to try.
I don't even feel like it's the game because like he just has so much about shooting and.
Well, you get one of the engineers, which is big. You get rid of most of his spells. You get rid of his general. It's 1,000 points.
And that big unit, yeah.
And then, it really makes those flintlocks like not good at all.
The blunderbusses, they're still good. I mean, he still has battle focus shooting. He still has alchemy. I mean, he still has pyromancy, which is the biggest threat.
But it's tough. And facing those ID, he's probably going to want to focus on counter battery fire with these lightning cannons in the early turns.
Yeah. See, but I feel like that is going to take just as long to accomplish.
It depends on those mortars, the infernal artillery and what they do. Because like, I mean, do they shoot A-bombs off the board? Do they shoot units? Like,
it's going to depend on who goes first.
They're not flaming, so you don't want to shoot A-bombs.
I mean, you give them a better target.
You just go after the pendulum. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's tower versus tower, and I feel like whoever kills the other tower first is going to win.
Their lists are honestly very similar.
And that's what, but I feel like
Bergie's towers is.
But I feel like his just has like a little bit more range with like the Jezzails and the cannons, and because you can even shoot the Jezzails at that every turn and try and put one wound out of the Jezzail.
It's got 7 wounds, doesn't it?
It's got 8.
8 wounds.
But I mean, I know it's got 8, but I mean, hey, you gotta do something.
It's always one more than you think it is.
Yeah. Anyway, well, just an attaboy for me. I think that's a very solid list there, Dennis.
It's an attaboy without even having to run the Plague Disciples, so that's pretty.
Which is impressive. All right, now we're looking at Jason Shoop. Shoop Daddy. Drewski, why don't you run us through Jason Shoop?
I was wholly unprepared. All right, let's bring up Jason Shoop. Give me 2,000 seconds.
Which I think he had a couple of revisions he had to make per Jeff, and it looks like he's made them.
Okay, good.
He had the Ghostly Guard.
Yeah, his list is the last one listed. Yep. So Jason's list, he's got 4 characters. We'll start off with his character allotment. The first one is a Plague Patriarch, which has the Plague Fail, the Plague Pendulum, and Basalt Infusion. He has a Chief BSB with Rod of Battle and Scepter Vermin Valor. He has a Plague Patriarch with paired weapons, Essence of Mithril, and Swarm Master. Then his last character is a Tyrant with heavy armor, shield, Vermin Guard litter mounted, Potion of Swiftness, and the all-important Secrets of the Doomblade.
Real thing, what's the Swarm Master again?
That lets you optimize your hits, I believe.
Is that the one where he can march 20?
Or that might be what it is. It's either that or optimize hits. I'm thinking Second Awakening.
No, Second Awakening.
Yeah, no, he has Swarm Master, which is
attack value 3d6.
Attack value 3d6. And attacks made with this weapon are always strength 3, and they always have AP 1.
Interesting.
But he doesn't have a save.
Yeah.
No, he's got a 2-armor save.
Oh, he's Essence of Mithril, yeah. So he'll grind himself.
Wow.
City.
That's pretty good, actually.
Good grindy boy.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, so he's pretty decent. Or kills lots of generic like foot boys. For his core, he has 2 units of 10 foot pads with Musician. He has a unit of 39 Red Arms, full command, Aquila of Rune, and then he has a unit of 38 Plague Brotherhood with the Legion Standard. I don't know what the Aquila of Rune does, but
plus 2 rank bonus.
Plus 2 rank bonus, gotcha. And then he has for his is it special? Yeah, it's special. For his special, he has 2 units of 5 gutter blades with slings, a meat grinder. And then in Tunnel Gunners, he has 2 separate units of Dreadmills. And then lastly, under Built and Bred, 2 Abominations.
Abomination's the new hotness.
Yeah, seriously. The 330 seems so good.
I mean, I would love to see Abominations if I played against them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with Pyromancy, I don't feel particularly threatened by them.
I do.
Alex is just like, oh, I do.
Yeah, I mean, they're bad for you. Well, I mean, the Centaurs should do some work.
Well, Centaurs would do work, and so would the...
Obviously, if they hit a Minotaur unit, they'll just explode. But I guess the problem is, if they were just running on your flanks, just sort of like threatening your backfield, they'd be really spooky.
Well, the thing about...
those would also get you to a Mongol unit.
Are
they gigantic?
They're gigantic and towering, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The biggest thing about them, though, is like, while they could be very good, It's also 36 attacks, right?
Yes,
so you can also run 2/2/1. You have 5 attacks, and it's like, all right.
Or it could turn up and do 18.
Yes. The randomness is tough to gauge for.
Yeah. It's rare that it turns up and does 18.
Yeah.
It's rare that it
average
turns down
though,
and
you're
does
still
3.
getting what about
It's going to happen
10,
at least
12.
once at the turn.
Yeah, 10 to 12.
Yeah, which 10 to 12 attacks a turn is
Hitting on 4s.
Strength 6, AP 3. Yeah, that's solid.
I mean, I feel like Alex's Minotaur Lord or like the Beast Lord of like Neil runs or like the Carnal Lord Andrew Ratman runs or even Joe Getsy's Shaman Wyvern Boy could roll into that guy and be fine because he's stealing his regen Fortitude save.
Actually, Andrew Ratman's Carnal Lord would not want to fight that. Because it doesn't get any of the multiple wounds 2 against it.
Well, it's a gigantic beast.
Yes, it has to be large.
Oh, it has to be large?
Yeah, for the base.
I thought it was large or higher.
No, it's just large. It's specifically large for that Carnosaur.
Because the baby Carnosaur is too small to eat the big boys.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's growing. He's still learning.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this is an Attaboy. I love this list. Yeah, I think the only thing I would have liked to have seen is maybe one more level of magic on that Plate Patriarch.
Yeah.
Just for one other spell, and I think it would have been such an easy thing by getting rid of the Vermin Litter Guard, and I don't know if you need all the saves on the Tyrant. I mean, he's got a thing that gives him a toxic hit every turn, possibly. So.
Yeah, I mean, and making him your general is definitely like Russian roulette because he could just die, Jason.
Whoa, that is really scary. I can't. Oh wait, no, he's got 2 generals in this list. He's got a general in the Plate Patriarch and a general in the Tyrant.
Yo, what a pro play! And he doesn't have the item that he lets him choose. He just has 2 separate generals.
I wonder if he still has to amend that.
He probably does. The Tyrant's probably not the general.
They're just co-generals.
They're just co-generals.
Co-generals.
That's the new rule.
Which actually would be very Republican, which apparently the Vermiswarms are a republic, which is fascinating.
So Jason's role-playing correctly.
He is, 100%.
Oh, actually, that would be funny if you could have 2 Actually, that would be a really interesting Vermiswarm. No, actually, no. Like, let's workshop this.
Let's workshop.
Because in the Roman Republic, you did have co-consuls, and they would switch leadership every day. So the Vermiswarms, you can get 2 generals.
Oh,
and
that'd be
you
so
switch,
sweet.
You switch which one has commanding presence on your turns.
Yeah.
And which turn you kill that one on is when you get the bonus too.
Did you just get promoted to the army book?
Oh, you did!
I feel like that.
You are the army book committee.
That is actually pretty interesting.
Let's let Mark Detler.
Watch that show up in the book now.
Dude, I would.
Metacrafters.
Dude,
Metacrafters.
Metacrafters coming in hot with the new spicy take.
Ooh.
So good luck to you, Jason Shoop. Good luck to you, Tree Daddy. Rat Daddy.
Yeah.
Rat Daddy.
He'll always be treated.
Yeah,
he'll always be Tree Daddy
in my heart. Yeah. Spoon Daddy apparently too.
Excuse me. You Spoon Daddy.
And then we got Adam Hilton's War of the Dark Gods. Alex, could you do us a good one on the show?
Check out this Veldrak Ancient General with paired weapons and supernatural decks. Pretty beefy.
Oh,
pretty nuts actually.
A good maneuverable Exalted Herald. Got ourselves a Wizard Master Sorcerer with Evo, plate armor and Rod of Battle. Pretty simple. And heading on over to core, we've got some of the Warriors of Lust, keeping it real simple. Just Favor of Lust on a champion, and that's it. Got to multiply that 3 times, and then he's just got another naked unit of warriors.
10 units of 10 warriors.
Yeah,
I love that.
Simple.
Yeah. Oh, 4 units of 10 warriors. Yeah.
A lot of scoring opportunities, honestly, and that's a lot of bodies to chew through.
2 Chimeras.
Yeah, 2 Chimeras, and then 2 Wretched Ones, really good chaff, and 2 more Veldrak Elders. Just running that good old monster mash.
This list is described in Europe as the girlfriend list because if you bring a girlfriend with you, you don't want something complicated to play because you have to attend to her a lot and her you gotta go get her a drink, hang out, whatever else, or the wife, the girl. So you want something simple to play to run down your opponent's throat. That's this right here.
That's very fair. But why Lust then? Because I feel like Lust is so much tactical opportunity to flee and to rally and to.
I mean, you don't have any shooting, and you have the Exalted Herald, which might hang out a little bit. So like, you want a little bit of play in case the girlfriend's reading her book, right? But you don't want too much play that you have.
In case she brings her Cosmo magazine.
Favor of Lust is great though because it really gives you a lot of opportunities to capitalize on like a double flee, and then you can just charge him right back with a Feldra.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's definitely the flavor of the month to run multiple elders. That's an attaboy for me.
Yeah, they seem pretty spicy right now.
Yeah.
They're actually probably one of the things I'm least excited to fight about because Pyromancy's bad. All my characters are decent against them.
Yeah, but Quicksilver Lash won't do anything against them either.
Yeah, because you have to reroll. Yeah. No, I have to rely on my shooting, my cannon to actually poke wounds on, which is not easy.
Did we find the Chimera could flee as well?
It's not faint flight, I think.
No, it's not.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure it can fly. I don't think it's fearless.
Yeah, I think that's how they tripped us up that one time.
Is it an attaboy for you too, Alex?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, attaboy for me too. Perfect amount of chaff. Magic is actually in a very sweet spot with the Mastery of Evo and the Exalted Herald.
It's perfect for this list.
Yeah. That's nice too, actually, because that's where the Wizard Master goes. He goes in the Vanilla Warriors.
Yeah. Because they're not going to fight or flee.
Yeah.
What the last list is it, Dave's?
Yes, we're going to round out our
Dave
Buckeye Battles 2020 list review with Mr. Dave Fought. Drewski, do it up.
Alright, I'll do it up. Mr. Dave is running, Mr. Dave Fought's running something. He's running actually an Ocho team. It's pretty similar too. He's got a Sorcerer, Veilwalker, a Wasteland Behemoth. Ooh, actually, strike that from the record. This is totally different. So he's got a Sorcerer and Veilwalker, Wasteland Behemoth. He's got Occultism. And his hand weapon is Hero's Heart, Scepter of Power, Obsidian Rock. Wow, that's a lot. So this guy's got, what, a 3-up armor save, and Hero's
Heart. He's not a Wasteland Behemoth. So
he's not a Wasteland Behemoth, yeah, which is a 3-up, I think, right?
I think it's just a 4-up.
A 4-up? Okay. 3-up or 4-up. And he's -2 to be casted at, and he's got, what, 5 attacks with paired weapons in Hero Heart? 4?
Yeah, he's 2 base, lighter, paired weapons.
The Sorcerer's 2 base, isn't 3?
He's just 2 base,
okay.
Yeah.
Then he's got a Chosen Lord, General Wardias, Trophy Rack, Shield, Hellforged Armor, Hand Weapon, Burning Portent. Can't give up that crutch, Davey, can ya? So he's got the Burning Portent, Immortal Gauntlets on it, so he could change as he needs to. He's got Dragonfire Gem, as well as he's Gluttony and Idol of Spite. So most people don't run the Burning Portent anymore just because everyone was taking as an answer to it prior to the ID book tons of flaming wards. It's still prevalent in the meta where a lot of people take, Dragonbane as gem or the Dragon Helm. So it's good, but against those armies that don't have it or great answer.
Well, I mean, but he does have the Immortal Gauntlet, so he can get divine attacks.
Yeah.
Which even against the Tulip 1, if you had divine attacks,
It's something.
like you just got to get 1 through and it's D3 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So against most 3-wound characters, you still have that chance to kill something.
You still got a chance.
Yeah, but I mean, like a Pendulum that has it, like
sure, it's not
good luck, or like the Bastion.
It's not what you want to see.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Pendulum one is probably going to most have the 3-up, and even again, like the 3-up with Divine, that's going to swing badly.
I mean, but you have enough wounds that you can survive 1 round of combat, and you'll kill him in 2 rounds of combat. Like
you're not going to kill this guy in 2 rounds of combat.
He only has he's in a war dice. He has a 1-up armor save. Doesn't even have an Aegis save.
Why does he have the Hellforged armor? That gives you +3 to your armor save.
Yeah, it's his.
Or no, that's just the normal armor.
Yeah.
Sorry. No.
Yeah, Hellforged armor. Yeah.
But he does have 1-up armor.
Yeah, always has a 1-up armor save. Like, it's not like that's impossible to get through, especially with like AP3.
Yeah, because the Idol Spite just gets rid of people's magical items.
I'm not entirely sure what the Idle Spite does. You guys can look it up. I'll continue the
Oh
rest
no,
of
the
list.
Idol Spite increases your strength for 1 turn.
Perhaps. The rest of the character, as you guys look up the Idle Spite, I'll finish the rest of the list. And we'll call it even. So the rest of his characters is filled out with lastly another sorcerer, wizard add-up on alchemy. So he has the alchemy, and occultism combo going on, and that sorcerer is on foot with a binding scroll. And for core, he has 15 barbarians, spear and shield, musician. So that's where the Chosen Lord goes. He has a unit of 20 warriors, gluttony, standard bearer, is Aether Icon enchanted, and a musician and champion. And then into special, he's got 7 fallen.
Those are core.
Of course, excuse me. Into finish out core, 7 fallen. Into special, he has 3 Feldrakes with paired weapons, another 3 Feldrakes with paired weapons, and then 2 more Feldrak Elders with paired weapons. So he's got 4 units of Feldrak, whether it's Elder or scoring Feldraks with paired weapons. He has a Wasteland Behemoth, which is arguable whether it's better than the war platform or the war dais. Not war dais. So we don't talk about. You can mount it. You can mount the
Battle Shrine?
The Battle Shrine, thank you. Let's argue whether the Battle Shrine's better or not. And he has the Chosen Lord with the Burning Port and Idle Spite. It's a pretty good list. Multiple threats. I mean, both elders can be tough to deal with.
What's the Idle Spite do?
You were right. +1 strength and AP for 1 turn.
Okay. Which is good, because then you have Gluttony too, so once you can use that for the first turn, then you get Gluttony, and then you get +1 strength.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pretty consistently giving you strength 6.
Absolutely.
So I think it's solid. I don't know. I guess because even thinking about like the pendulum, it's like, so the toxic attack's only putting him on a 6, so that's swingy. It's unlikely. Maybe 1 turn. He's got 4 attacks at strength 6 with battle focus. That could probably do 2 wounds, and then you could probably force through 1 with the pendulum. Yeah, so I think that's fair. It might not really kill in 1 turn. It's possible. I don't know. That's tough. I feel like with D3 wounds, it's hard to tell sometimes.
Attaboy for sure, though.
Yeah, this is a very solid list. Attaboy.
Yeah, it's an attaboy for me. It's something similar to I think he's running an outro right now. So
yeah, all the Feldrax are tough.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Feldrax for core for special for scoring are nice. I wish they were a little bit bigger. 3 just kind of isn't enough sometimes, but
I feel like 3 is a decent size though.
it's a decent size, but against armies that have like shooting or answers to it, or have like the unit that can go in, like a unit of knights, like let's say Cold One Knights going in, I'm like a unit of like 6 Cold One Knights of Banner of Blood will still go through that unit. Like they're going to have 1 guy survive, they're gonna run down.
That's going to go through a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah, Banner of Blood. I mean, they could go through 6 even.
I don't know if they won't go through 6.
Still, not an
I
optimal
think they
matchup.
can still go through 6.
That's 12 attacks, so you're hitting on 3s.
2s.
No, weapon skill is 5. They're paired weapons, right? Oh yeah, defensively not. You're right. So you're hitting on 2s. No, the weapon skill 5.
Raptor Knights?
Yeah.
They're offensive 6.
Oh, they're offensive 6. I thought they're edge 6.
Maybe they are 5. But anyway, they only reflexes.
Yeah. So you hit on 3s if you're saying weapon skill.
No, the Feldrax are only 4s.
They're 4s or 5? I thought they're 5s.
They're 4s.
Well, you were thinking about playing them, so yeah, they are.
I've been right all night too, for the most part.
Yeah.
The deep mastery of the
Deep
night.
nature of it. Yeah, they are 4s. You're right. So they do hit on 2s. So I mean, that's only. I mean, what's 2 misses? So 10 attacks, and then you're wounding on 3s.
Yeah, so you do like 6
wounds, 6.5 wounds. Yeah, I mean that's. Yep.
Yeah, so maybe a unit of 6 is a little bit tough for them. But
Yeah, a unit of 6 would survive.
Like, anything less than 6 though, because even if 3 go back at them, they hit like 5 times, they do like 4 wounds,
Well,
and then you make.
They have 4 attacks apiece, right?
It's a cool matchup.
Yeah, 4 attacks apiece.
There aren't any
there's
blood
and
knights
they're
at this tournament,
and
so
they're
it's
4
irrelevant.
wounds. Yeah, that's true. Because Neil didn't take Dark Elves.
That's right.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Neil?
We'll have to know, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and think about this. We have no Ogre Cons, we have no Dark Elves, we have no Dread Elves. We have
No Sylvan Elves.
no Sylvan Elves.
No Asslanders.
Yeah.
No Makar.
Where's the Axe Landers?
Good you caught that.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I want to thank you for listening to our Buckeye Battles 2020 list review. It's been fun. I hope you've gleaned something out of this. I know we did, and we had a good time. So yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you at Buckeye Battles.
Buckeye Battles 2020.